Cal Borst. It's great to see you, my friend.
Likewise, man.
This is the second time we're doing this.
Yeah, second time.
Actually, third. Because I went on
that's right. That's right. Yes,
so this is the third time we've been on the air together.
Got to get you back on the
Here we are.
Conscious Cast. Yeah,
and the summer hiatus, I guess you could say, is finally over for me.
Yep.
This guy's been churning out content like a madman.
Hey, I go back to work tomorrow.
I open my phone and Cal's talking to me.
I appreciate it.
It's incredible.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah.
So let me time out real quick.
Yeah.
Because I gave you a crazy introduction when you first came on. Yeah. I gave Jason a good introduction when he came on. But let's recap a little bit.
Yeah.
You people are in the presence of absolute greatness right here.
Oh my God, dude.
The co-owner of CJ Media, a superstar in the content and media game on the rise. Cal Borst.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate
awesome.
it. Yeah, and honestly, dude, I think I told you this before we got in here. I was talking to Jason. I had to pick up the camera. What's up, camera? And I was like, dude, I'm so excited to go on your podcast a second time, and especially because, I think you've grown so much in this year, and I think we've developed our relationship a lot, and man, I'm so happy to be in your presence because you're just such a positive person that wants to make such a great change in the world and is pursuing themselves. And when I see someone doing that, when I see people living their life, whatever that is, and they have like no complaints, and especially in your case, you're in that David Goggins mindset. Like I can already tell, man. And like you saw in that podcast episode, I'm sure where we kind of like we were just like, Mario, dude, we believe in you.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was dude, because I felt like I needed to say that, especially in that episode. And yeah, man, I'm just so happy to be back here. And dude, it's crazy how it's already been 13 months since the last one. So.
Yeah, so. Let's talk about that. We can do a little give and take. So 13 months. That's a long time.
It is a long time.
It happened really fast.
It did happen really fast.
But that's a long time.
It is a long time.
So talk to me.
Yeah, man.
I know I got Jason's scoop.
Yeah.
And his point of view, but it's always nice to get the other guy's side too.
For sure.
So tell me what eventually made you come up with the idea, or at least pitch in for the idea of CJ Media. Yeah. Tell me how that journey's been.
Absolutely.
Tell me everything that's been going on with these last 18 months.
Yeah, man. So I think to wind it back like a little bit before CJ Media started.
Absolutely.
Like when we 13 months ago, I was working at Rec, and I was
Shout
videographer. Rec. I met some of my best friends there, so I mean, it's
awesome.
true, unmatched
Love
place.
That place.
Love it, man. And so 13 months ago, like last summer, I was going into my last semester of college, and I was kind of at this sticking point where, I was applying for grad school. I got into grad school, and I knew my main path was videography, and I knew that's what I wanted to do. And so the reason why I applied, so I finished up my fall semester, still doing content at Rec, still like doing all these things, but I really had no concrete plan going into, say, the spring semester or after college, right? And so I applied for grad school in the fall, got in, and really the only reason why I applied to grad school was to stay at Rec and to keep doing videography. And as that semester ended, as you know, I was a resident assistant at that time, and I think it was like early January or something like that, like I'm getting ready to go back. I'm going into grad school. I'm getting ready to kind of make the transition back into school, I guess you could say. And I was actually at Rec one day with I don't know if you know Casey. He was the graphic designer there for a while.
Shout out to Casey.
Yeah, Casey's the man. We'll play pool soon.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it, and I at Rec one day, and I was like, because obviously, within business, it's really important to have your niche. It's really important to have like your specialty area. And I felt like, Rec helped me get off the ground, right? Because I was starting to make content for someone else.
Yes.
But with that though, too, I was kind of at a point where I hadn't entered the freelance industry officially, and I hadn't established myself. And so, but like, when I was having that conversation with Casey, we were talking about, I was like, man, yeah, if I want to get like a videography job, or if I want to establish myself in the freelance market, which I knew I wanted to do at that point, I needed to pick a niche. And so I was talking to him, we were talking about the different things, like weddings. I was like, I don't really want to do that. I was like, he got corporate videos. I'm like, I can't do that. And I was like, I mean, I could, but like, you need a big setup for that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, sports videography.
Boom.
And I was like, that night, I researched my first video, and it was like this guy named Peter Sorrellis, the GOAT of sports videography. He's been a huge influence on Jason and I, and kind of the path we've taken. It's a very small online community.
Right.
I mean, these people only have like 12 to 20,000 followers and stuff like that. But I mean, like these people,
it's something.
You know, it's something. But they're working for like the CFL and shout out Chiz.
Shout out to
Chiz,
CFL.
Yeah, and then also like other MLB videographers and stuff like that. Right. And I was like, wow, like I love sports. I love videography. Why not combine these things? And so I literally that same night that I had the conversation with Casey in December, I called Jason and I was like, hey man, like, and at this point, Jason, he was gonna get a camera, but he wasn't sure exactly. He knew he wanted to create a business, and I knew I wanted to create a business, but he wasn't sure of what business he was going to create. And he wasn't really into videography at that point. He was only starting to really just think about what he wanted to do, whether that was like a life coaching brand or something along those lines. And pretty much I had that conversation with Casey. I called Jason that same night. I'm like, hey man, what about sports videography? What if we got into that? And so I researched that night, absolutely fell in love. And I was like, oh my God, this is so fun. Oh dude, it's awesome. I love it. I didn't realize how much of a demand there was for it.
Oh yeah.
And so I ended up making that call to Jason, and then we were like, just kind of thinking about it more and more and more. And at that point, I was still working at Rec. Okay. And then, the Department of Residence Life called me, and they were like, hey, Cal, we want you to be a residence director, right? And so I became a residence director, and then that allowed me to stop going to school, right? Because now I could balance.
So now you have a full-time job.
Yeah, now I have a full-time job.
I
got the in because that allowed me to. Because for me, in my own personal case, I'm not saying you shouldn't go to grad school, right?
So wait, real quick. I'm sorry to stop
absolutely.
you. Are you able to? So you were able to do that without, and now you don't even have to go to school.
No, I don't have to go to school. So I haven't gone to school since.
So you got the job.
I got the job. Yeah. And so I'm living there for free. Awesome. Dude, I'm so grateful for the spot that I'm in. Yeah, dude, it's truly amazing. You can't make this stuff up.
Yeah.
And so because like for me going to grad school, like I was saying before, I was only really doing it to stay at Rec, right? And so. Which is crazy to think about. And
the Rec is, for those who don't know, the Recreation Center on campus. I'm still working there. I'm going into my last dance for my bachelor's, my last semester, and I love that place in my heart. I've been working there all summer. The atmosphere is so great. It's honestly impossible to fail or be down in the dumps.
Dude.
Everyone is just so good at uplifting one another. Yeah. And what I will say is, you said, I'm so grateful and everything.
Yeah.
I heard something and it really stuck with me. It said those who. I believe it was something along the lines of like those who are always taking care of themselves like tend to be more lucky than those who don't. Like those who keep.
Absolutely, dude.
So hey, there you go.
Yeah, man.
The fortune favors the brave.
Yeah, 100%.
There you go.
And like real quick on that, it's like, Jason, really ingrained this in my head because a lot of people think like when you look at a person like David Goggins or you look at a person such as. Trying to think Michael Jordan or any famous athlete or person of quote unquote greatness, right? How they got into that spot was definitely partially luck, right? But they had to put themselves in that position to get to luck, right? So it's like real quick, it's like if you do the habits and behaviors and the things like that on a daily basis, for instance, going for a walk, meditation, working out, right? Like not saying these are like things you have to do, right? But things that have been proven to inherently take care of your body, right? And you're taking care of your body will take care of yourself, right? And so, and vice versa with this, right? If how I got the resident director position was, I was just, at least I believe, I was just trying to be a good person and do as good as I can, right? And so it came, like you said, it came back to help me out, right? And so as I was able to get that resident director position, right, like I said before, it allowed me to stop going to school, right? There's nothing wrong with grad school. It just really depends on the reasons and what your ultimate goal is at the end of the day, right? And so I stopped going to grad school, and at this point, I could now do residence life and videography full time.
And save your money.
And save my money, right? And not have to worry about school at all, right? So it's just videography and res life, right?
Yeah.
And so now, going into January, right, we filmed a basketball game for the first time. I remember we showed up at that game, and we were like, we have our new cameras, right? And we're like, what the fuck?
And I was in the stands. I saw Cal and Jason, like, crawling on the floor.
Angles, crawling.
It was awesome to see.
So, that happened. And so that was really, at that point, we were like, we knew we wanted to create a business. We were like, oh my God, this is awesome. We're making content for Division I athletics.
And you're watching the games,
and you're watching the games for free. Like, it's awesome. And so we, at that point, we had a Instagram page called CJ Videography. And so it wasn't really established. It was kind of just like, we're getting there, laying down the foundation. And So remind me, what was the original question that you asked? I've been kind of like
I said how exactly CJ Media came to life.
Oh, okay,
the birth of like from your point of view.
From my point of view,
yes.
yeah. So that's what I was saying. Okay.
Yeah, you're getting there. No, you're right. All right, keep going. Keep going.
So then March comes around and we get an email from the media guy for CCSU Athletics, and it was pretty much just a forwarded email from this real statistics tracking company called Shot Tracker. And so they were looking for videographers to highlight their product at the Big East tournament. And so we got that email, and we're like, oh my God, this is our big break. Right? And so we ended up going to the Big East tournament in March, and after that point, we were like, that's what really set in stone what we needed to do. And so a couple months go by, we're still doing content for CCSU Athletics, a couple freelance things, and I get off my job June 5th, like a month and a half ago, 4 days after our 1-year anniversary here.
That's funny. I like that.
And that's, we already had like CJ Media established. We really, up until this point, but over these past 5 weeks, we've really been able to, at least I believe, establish CJ Media as a legitimate brand, as a legitimate kind of company that, provides professional content for, sports and things of that nature. But ultimately, like, that's just like pretty much where we're at now. And so how it really came to life was just by Jason and I really wanting to build something for ourselves, be our own boss, right? And so, a lot of people think like, oh, you're going to be your own boss, right? It's going to be this great, awesome thing, and you're not going to have any kind of obstacles. Like, you could determine when you work. And honestly, that's a huge perk of it, and it's what we love.
But you gotta earn.
You gotta go
exactly,
through the gutter. Man. Yes, exactly, man. Like, for instance, like the Yard Goats this past weekend, like, I worked 15 hours straight, and it's not. And the reason why I say that is just not to like put myself on a pedestal or anything like that.
No, absolutely not.
But just to be transparent. But it's
about chasing the dream.
Exactly right, and it's like over delivering, kind of setting in stone what we wanted to do. And it's like, I was just saying that to be transparent, but that didn't feel like 15 hours of work to me. If I was to do 15 hours of like residence life, I would be like, oh my God, dude,
so wait, so are you officially, so are you no longer doing residence?
No, I am. So I go back tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's because of the summer.
It's a 10-month contract. Yeah, it's a 10-month contract, which is really nice.
I love how that works out for you.
Oh my God, yeah, man. It's like, I'm so grateful. But, it required, like, just for us to get to that point of where we can truly do what we want and truly achieve the goals that we want to achieve in life, at least Jason and I believe, this is the path we have to take. And I cannot say enough, when you start to pursue yourself, when you start to, for instance, build your own business, build something from the ground up, that's yours, 100% yours. It's in alignment with what you believe and who you authentically are. It just reaps so many rewards. And it's not to say it's going to be this like positivity, awesome 24/7, right? But you're just pursuing your passion, and it doesn't feel like work because it's a lifestyle. And so, generally speaking, that's how I believe CJ Media came to fruition and really what it is today. And I can't wait to see what happens in the next couple of years and really what's in store for the future, man. So, yeah.
And boom, outro. Appreciate it.
All right, guys.
That was awesome.
No,
wow. Wow, the birth of CJ Media.
Yeah, man. It's
something else.
It's special, man. I loved it.
Yeah, and the thing that doesn't get talked about or appreciated enough for anybody that tries to start something the way you did is they don't see those reps and the headaches and the uhs and the ahs, and they don't see that.
Yeah,
they don't see you when you're out there actually doing the job,
100%.
having to go back home or wherever and chop up the tape, re-look at the whole thing, get it exactly how you want it, load it, make sure it looks good when you post it, and like they don't see that.
100%.
They just see the final product.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
and
it's a grind.
And it's obviously it's great when people give you your flowers, but like it's the beauty is in the journey.
Yeah, 100%.
It's in the journey, and right now you're on the journey.
Yes, dude.
And that's I was so happy when I first saw you guys chop up those basketball highlights.
Oh, dude.
And I was like, man. Who other than Cal Borst would take on this challenge?
That's what I'm saying, Mario. Like when you say that kind of stuff, I believe you, bro. I believe you, right? Dude, there's such little people in my life that fucking say that shit,
awesome.
right? So imagine you had one person.
I saw that clip.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Make sure you guys. I'll make sure to plug. I saw that clip. I saw that clip.
Don't even worry about it.
I saved it.
Awesome, man.
Awesome.
Dude, but just having one person in your life that. I'm not saying they gotta be involved. I'm not saying they gotta, do these things, but just show genuine care for what you're doing, right? I mean, to me, when you talk about that, it's like, wow, man, because it makes, when you say like, oh, who other than Cal Borst would do that stuff, right? It's not an ego trip. It makes me believe in myself, and I think I'm gonna get there, and I think I'm gonna get there.
Yeah.
And that's why I relayed the message to you, because when we talk about when Jason and I, this is like a common struggle. It's a good problem we have, right? Like, don't get me wrong, we're in a great spot. I'm not trying to like throw a pity party or ask for empathy at all. But there's so many people, especially nowadays, especially in college and things like that, that are in a spot where they have the dreams in the back of their mind, but they're never willing to pursue them based on society, based on family, based on what their friends say, and they want to conform to what they want, but they're sacrificing their own happiness and their own satisfaction and where they want to be in life. And so they'll be stuck at a job from 25 to 75 for the rest of their life. And at the end of the day, they were never able to pursue their dreams because of what mom said, because of what dad said, or because of what Jimmy off the street in the gym said. And it's just, I really feel like whatever you're doing, it doesn't have to be you have to start your own business. I just want people to pursue their own path and to pursue what's going to make them happy while realizing they're whole and complete at the same time too. And like I was saying before, just having one person believe in you, just having one person, when you're talking to them, have that certainty that they're going to make it. And dude, like, I know you're going to do the 75-day challenge. Like, there's no question in my mind. Like, dude, you are going to do it. And I know you are, because I don't know why. I just know. And based on the interactions we have, based on what you say and what I say, by me saying I believe in myself, by you saying you believe in yourself, when we talk back and forth to each other, that's only going to build a bigger pile of believing in ourselves, right? And we're only going to get closer to our quote-unquote dreams, or what do we want to manifest, because we're continually trying, even though we fail continuously.
Right. That was awesome. Oh, my God. Yeah, what's also funny is I forgot to mention, I don't know if I ever said it on the first time you came on, but yeah, for those who don't know, I always said, if Marvel ever needed to recast Captain America, no, this is the guy.
Appreciate
like,
it,
like, look at Cal and tell me that this isn't Captain America. He's positive. He's got the physique. He's got everything. He's got the charm, the comedy. Come on,
appreciate it.
Come on, class act.
Too kind, Mario.
But yeah. So you've been going through this whole phase, which is fantastic. If you and I don't know if so I started asking certain questions to a lot of college students. Yeah. That because anytime you do anything, over time you start to get better and you start to learn, give and take, experiment. Yeah. And there's been certain questions that I've been asking college students, at least in this past spring semester, that really just made them think about it a lot before they answered. Yeah. So I'm not going to give you the entirety of it, but we'll just do it in a shorter term rather than long term.
Totally. Yeah.
So if you were to compare yourself now to you from the last time we talked, what's changed? Mentally, physically, like, what are we? I know, I don't think you were doing the powerlifting.
Oh, no, I was not, man.
I don't think you were doing the powerlifting. Yeah, this guy is a freaking, I'm telling you guys, this guy's a monster. And you know what's funny? Last year, I was in the rec gym, and this was when my back was absolutely mangled. And I'm getting back into stretching. I'm getting back into squatting. I'm squatting the bar. I look to my right. Cal smiling, happy as can be, squatting like 4 plates on each side.
I was not squatting 4 plates at that time. That was a couple months.
I got you. And he was, as soon as he was done, he was looking at the sky and did the. I'm just kidding. But I was just like, what is this guy? Yeah. He's smiling and he's throwing around weight like a meathead. This is incredible.
Yeah, man. Actually, funny enough, I'm actually 8 days out from my next powerlifting meet.
No way.
Yeah, man. So next.
Where's the smelling salts?
Oh,
bring him out.
No, Mikey Saturday will be bringing them. So yeah.
That dude's a stud too.
Oh, dude, he just pulled 700 on deadlift, dude. Oh my, yeah.
That's a freaking. What would that even be?
He's a freak.
700 pounds. Oh my god.
It's like half a. I don't even know how much a car weighs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to say a car.
That's a lot of weight.
That's a freaking a smart car.
It's almost a ton. I'm pretty sure, isn't it?
Oh yeah, tons of thousands.
Okay, yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, but
that's what's up, dude. Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
let's start with the physical aspect.
For sure. Yeah. So
powerlifting. Talk to me,
dude. So powerlifting. Last summer, I was like, I plateaued actually strength wise for like 5 years, and so I started powerlifting like power. I call it like power building. Like a mix of bodybuilding and powerlifting. Yeah. Not this January, but the January before that, and I actually had a really bad back injury, lower back, and so.
How'd you get that?
From squatting in basketball shoes. So,
I'm trying to think of the shoes I wear.
I'd recommend changing them. Because I was also surprised I wasn't squatting with good form either. But I started powerlifting because I really wanted to get stronger, and I was sick and tired of being plateaued for such a long time, and I was doing the same thing, going in, doing 5x5, slowly, progressively overloading 1 rep, right? Like just going by my own kind of, I guess you'd say, program, right? But take your own program can really only take you so far. Yeah. And so I met Mikey Saturday. Shout out Mikey.
Shout out to him.
He was my resident back when I was a resident assistant at Sheridan, and he was really into powerlifting at that point, and we had a really good relationship going that full year. And I think it was late last summer. I texted him. Wow, it's almost been a year since he's been training me. I texted him. I was like, "Hey, man," and he wasn't a powerlifting coach at this point. And I texted him. I said, "Hey, man, I'd love if you could coach me in powerlifting because I'm sick and tired of being plateaued at my strength." And I was actually slowly starting to lose strength at that point, and I was like, okay, yeah, we got to make a change here. And so that's when I brought Mikey in, and so early September of last year I started my powerlifting program, and we were originally planning on doing a program or a powerlifting meet in January, but it got moved to March. And so ever since I've started, I have just fallen in love with the sport, and it is truly amazing. And I've seen Mikey has put I forget what my total was before, like a squat, bench, and deadlift total.
The 3 lifts.
Yeah, the 3 lifts total. But he has put like 250 pounds onto my total, bench, squat, deadlift aside. So I was and this is just an testament.
The real deal.
Yes, dude. This is just an testament to Mikey's coaching and how good it is, because I was plateaued for like a solid like three years, and I believe at least I knew what I was doing in the gym when it came to to a certain extent, and because obviously what I wasn't doing wasn't good enough, right? Because I wasn't putting on the strength. Right. But I've already made all those quote unquote newbie gains, right? I'm already in that kind of stage where I'm. Okay. I was already at that stage where I was kind of in that intermediate level where the progression of putting on muscle slows down, right? And so like each year you go from like 5 pounds of muscle to 4, you know what I mean? So it's like you're maxing out your potential. And I was like, oh my God, have I really maxed out my potential? Am I really like this strong? And so Mikey implemented different things he had me start doing different variations on bench, on deadlift, and squat. And within literally, dude, months, I went from like on squat, for instance, for like 335 pounds to 440 pounds on squat. Ridiculous. It makes no sense.
And what, 1 rep max? Or?
For 1 rep max,
okay.
Yeah. And probably even more than that. And so it was crazy to think about. And like I said before, I've just fallen in love with the sport. And don't get me wrong, like seeing all this progression has been great. And this past prep has been definitely a little bit harder because I've had more. I haven't been putting on as much strength, and I haven't been able to hit every milestone that I've been trying to hit. But I tell you though, being in that kind of and I think you might have alluded to this your past episode, because I think isn't your cousin like your what is
naturopath?
Yeah, naturopath. That's it. That's right. It's someone on the outside holding you accountable.
Yep.
And like he writes up the program every week. He writes up what I'm doing for squat, what I'm doing for bench, and I have no wiggle room. I have to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Of course I could be like, nah, fuck you. But if I want to get to where I want to get to, I have to do those things. And when I first got into squatting and I was getting into like the heavier weights, like 350, 365, he was like, dude, you're going to hit 405 in no time. And I was like, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. I'm like, this guy needs to shut up. That's
funny.
Yeah. And so he was like, dude, you're going to hit it. And so I think you were working there that one day. It was like when I came into rec and I had like my mock meet or whatever. I don't know if you remember when I came into that day. I think it was like winter break or whatever.
I might have.
Yeah, but that day was like probably my greatest day of lifting, because I hit 405 that day. I hit 475 on deadlift.
Awesome.
And I was like, oh my God, that made me realize how like when you don't necessarily understand your potential, but people from the outside see you, they have sometimes a way better understanding of what you can actually do. Because I didn't believe I could do 405. I didn't believe I could do all these things. And I never would have thought I could do these things. But now it's just super normal to me. It doesn't feel like anything. And so with me saying that, it's people on the outside, when you lend that hand for help, can really help you get to that next level, can really help you get to what you want. And so if you're kind of like a person in a tough spot where you don't necessarily feel comfortable reaching out to someone, like for instance your cousin or a friend or a family member, reach out to them, or someone that knows what they're doing, right? Reach out to them, because they can help you get to that next level and really help you actualize your potential. And so, yeah, I know that was like a little side note, but dude, I have fallen in love with powerlifting, and it's taught me so many things. It has become a huge passion in my life, and like I said before with CJ Media, I can't wait to see like where I am at.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So, one question when it comes to that, how's the diet been? How have you got to switch up when it comes to the diet?
So,
still vegan?
Yeah, still vegan.
That's,
and so
that's
awesome. Vegan-based diet, whatever. Yeah. And so yeah, man. It honestly, like I haven't really had any. I haven't had any problems with it. Mikey would probably disagree with me because he thinks like meat's like a superfood, but like that's another story for another day. Yes. But yeah, no, diet's still the same. I'm still cranking a plant-based diet, and it's. I've never felt as good. I've never been as strong, and I've, no issues. No issues.
You got to be one of the healthiest human beings walking the earth.
Maybe,
right
man.
now.
I don't know.
I think you might be. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, man.
So, obviously, you're much stronger.
Yeah.
How are you mentally? Obviously, clearly, we can tell that you are just
I'm
fantastic.
in an awful spot.
Yeah, no, but how, and I know that you were super big in meditation. I know you said you're very spiritual. You try to be one with the universe.
One with the desk.
But how's that been?
Yeah, mentally, spiritually, I can't, genuinely, I'm in a very great spot.
That makes me so happy.
No, because dude, like a lot of people, like I know you're like, you're gassing me up so much right now, but dude, I have issues too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everyone has issues. I have a bad problem with people pleasing. I have a bad problem with taking other people's opinions and then having their opinion as how I should view myself.
Right.
And I have a hard time telling people the truth, right? So I am like, listen, these are all good problems to have, right? I'm in a very great spot, but internally, I'm very happy. That's why I said genuinely, when all the fog, when all the egoic crap is out of the way, I feel great. But at times, for instance, just yesterday, I was in a lack mindset because I didn't feel like I was doing enough, right? Because I didn't go to the gym because it was like a rest day, right? So it was like, and then I didn't really have too much work to do with CJ Media and like all these other things. And so I realized in that moment in time, I attach a lot of my self-worth to doing. And so, but then I was like sitting in the car about to go home, or actually I was at home, and I realized I was like, I am in such a lack mindset right now. I don't realize that I'm whole. I don't realize that I'm complete. I don't realize that I don't have to prove anything. And when I say I don't have to prove anything, it's not to say I'm not good. Oh, I just gotta hit.
No, you're good. No, you're good. Yeah, keep going. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah. But and when I say you don't have anything to prove, it's more so of the fact that you don't have to prove. You don't have to egoically appear a certain way, right? And it's not to say you shouldn't, for instance, chase your dreams. It's not to say you shouldn't, for instance, go out and do any endeavors, right? But it's recognizing that even if you don't do something, for instance, like go to the gym or meditate, right? It's okay. And you can take a step back, and, you know, Jason has this great quote, and I forget where he got it from, but he's like, just don't miss twice. And so, you know, for instance, like if I miss a day of content, like that's okay. Just, I don't want to miss again, right? Yeah. And so I recognize, like, since I was in that kind of lack mindset of, since I wasn't feeling like enough, I felt inadequate based on who I was and what I was doing. And so I took a step back, and I was like, wow, man, like, I really got to get out of this kind of, and like, if you have to ask any questions, I know I'm kind of going all over the place now. And since I'm kind of like in this doing mindset as compared to being, right? Doing meaning like I'm trying to chase goals, and then being kind of recognizing that like I'm whole and complete as I am. I recognize that I was like, wow, man, like I'm allowing this to dictate my life and dictate how I'm experiencing the world on a daily basis, because, you know, I was, for instance, going throughout yesterday, and I was like, always in the back of my mind, I was like, oh man, I should be doing or going out and doing things, and that'll make me feel busy, and that'll make me feel good, right? And so that's that kind of, in order to satisfy the kind of, I guess you could say, status quo of like society, right? And like how you're doing things, you appear really busy and you feel really good, right? But I recognized, I was like, dude, none of that matters. You have to take a step back, recognize that you're whole, recognize that you're complete, and understand that like, instead of pursuing things from an angle of I'm doing this to make me feel good, pursue it from an angle of I'm already whole, I'm already complete, but I'm pursuing this as an angle of authenticity as compared to one of trying to prove myself to other people, if that makes sense.
So if you just switch up the...
Yeah, you switch up the intention.
Yes.
You switch up the intention.
Gotcha.
And so, I know it took a long time to get there, but exactly. Switch up the intention. And then when I made that kind of shift, that was like this huge weight off my shoulders.
And how long did it take you to realize this?
And because
fully
understand?
Because you have to understand it, but then you also have to adopt
feel
it,
and then feel it,
and then once you do that, you have to make it a true habit.
100%. So how I like to look at it is like you have your conditioning, right?
Yep.
And so, you know, as like we talked about it last time I was here, like as a high schooler, as a young kid, you know, like I was always trying to appear a certain way to, for instance, the popular crowd, or for instance, people around me, and so that conditioning comes back to bite me in the butt, right? Yeah. Because sometimes I unconsciously fall back into that same trap, and so I have this other conditioning, right? But it's not dominant, right? So this other conditioning is like, for instance, that being mindset, like you're whole, you're complete. You don't have to prove anything, meaning you don't have to appear a certain way to others. And so I took that step back, and it's kind of like, it's a thought that I had, or it's kind of like a intuitive recognition, I guess you could say. And after that moment, that other conditioning comes in. It's like a swip swap, if that makes sense. It starts off with a thought, then it becomes a feeling, then it like that belief arises, and then slowly that dictates that I switch my intention, and then my actions for what I'm doing, for instance, video editing or meditating or whatever for the rest of the night. I'm not trying to pursue it from an intention of I'm going to do this to prove to people how much I meditate or how much I run or how much I, stuff like that. I'm just doing this in itself for itself because I actually love it, and I'm not using what I'm doing as a means to an end. I'm just doing it as an end in itself, and you're doing it because you love it, and you're not using it as a way to make you feel good inside.
Right.
And so that's the reason why I brought this up, and it's because I feel like sometimes I even fall into, and I've been really trying to just be as transparent as possible with people, because a lot of times it's so easy, especially with social media, to just like throw out your highlight reel, like what's awesome, right? Like what's going on great in your life, and I fall into this trap that people just think your life is amazing, right? And so, like, yeah, my life is amazing externally, and I have so many things going for me, and I'm so grateful, but I still battle with those internal struggles, and like I'm not saying like I'm like depressed or I'm sad or anything like this.
Yeah, it's just a natural challenge.
It's a natural challenge of life, and it's like it's a flaw that I'm working on, but it's a flaw that's whole and complete.
But I think that when it comes to anybody, the whole concept of life is this is something you're always changing, you're always evolving, you're always gonna deal with things. Internally and externally, 100%, and it's always about evolving and adapting.
100%,
that's all it is.
Yeah,
it's all a game.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And you gotta keep making the adjustments.
100%,
all the way to the
100%.
end.
And yeah, like you said, it's the problem is people don't understand that it's a game, right? And it's like if you forget it's a game, that's when you get stuck in the game, right? And so you gotta. And I love Alan Watts' quote. He's like, you don't just dance. When you dance, you're not thinking about like the movements, right? You're just dancing, right? And so it's just like life. Like when you're going through life, be life. Don't try to like micromanage everything and be like, oh, take this step, then to take this step, and do this, then that, right? And just constantly kind of be in this kind of egoic battle of trying to prove yourself a certain way. Just experience life. Be life. Be the dance. And so...
be the dance.
Yeah, be the dance. And,
sounds like
a good movie, right?
Yeah. That was nice.
And I think that's what I've been missing throughout my entire life.
Wow.
And I think it's what a lot of what society and the whole world is missing, and just recognizing that they're a part of nature and they're not separate from nature. And they need to, instead of kind of pursuing whatever they're doing, like consciously thinking about it, they just got to get into that flow mode, if that makes sense, and kind of enter that mental state when they're doing things. Of course, they're not always going to be in that.
Just go with the flow,
man, and just go with the dance.
Right.
And it's amazing.
So that's so interesting you say that. I actually have a perfect example when it comes to that. Yeah. So when I took improv last semester,
that's a great one.
I loved. So obviously everyone knows I have such a tremendous passion and love for cinema. I love movies, love TV shows. I love it all.
Yeah.
I just love it. And back when I first came to CCSU, a buddy of mine, still friends to this day, he's been on the pod a couple times. Shout out to Ricky.
Oh, Ricky, I was just talking to him.
Yeah. And that makes sense because he's also content creator. Small world. That's awesome. Ricky's the man.
Yeah, Ricky's the man.
Yeah, so he... Before I attended Central, so I'm going to tell you this little backstory because not everyone knows this. So, before I attended Central, when I was in my gap year, a buddy of mine who still goes to Central, shout out to Gavin, he just hits me up and goes, "Hey man, you want to go to CCSU and just check out this comedy thing?"
Oh, cool.
And I was a no man. I'm still partially.
Which isn't a bad thing.
I said yes. Something compelled me to say yes, and I went to check it out.
Oh, wow.
And we go to Davidson. Didn't know what it was at the time, but we walked to Davidson, walked throughout campus. Totally foreign territory to me at the time. And we buy a ticket, we sit down, and we just see the student-led skit production live, and it was one of the funniest things. And it wasn't like every second of it was die-hard laughter, but because the atmosphere was so positive, and you could see they put in so much work, and you could tell that a lot of their friends were in the crowd, and like making jokes. It was it was so great. And I was just thinking to myself, this is such a great atmosphere. This is where I should be.
Yeah.
So fast forward, eventually I applied to Central, and that was the only school I applied to, and I got in.
Okay, man.
And then I saw Ricky, and it was funny because I was there for that, and I was an outsider. It's not like I was already a part of Central and saw it. And I went up to him, I shook his hand and the whole shebang, and he was just like you said earlier. He's like, when you say that to me, like I believe it. I told Ricky, I was like, you're in the. And this is just a natural thing I do. Like it's not like I forced it. I was like, you're the man. Like you were the director of this, and he was like, his eyes just lit up like a freaking. I don't even know. And he's just looking at me like, you were there? Oh my God! Like, you just made my year.
That's awesome.
Blah blah blah. And that's how
awesome,
and
man.
he became kind of the. I was the Padawan to his master.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
His Jedi. And it was great, man. Yeah. We had this like big brother, little brother type relationship, and he put me onto the world of theater and like all these other things. Just and it kind of. I guess you could say, got me a lot better at talking to people.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I'm not really, and I never really called myself a theater kid. I still won't. I never did any plays or anything. No shame. It's just not my thing. Not my cup of tea. But yeah, I took a couple acting classes, and I did the improv club. I was in the improv club for about a year, maybe
nice.
a little less than a year, whatever it was. That time was great. So I took the improv class. It was a free credit. It counted. I was like, why not? I know it's fun. Yeah. So to make things all come back full circle to what we were talking about, in improv, it's very give and take. It's very go with the flow.
Yeah.
And one of the perfect ways that our professor got us to understand it was he had us stand apart from somebody, and anything they do, you do. But do it slow. Yeah. So if they stick out their hand, you stick out their hand. No. So for you, it'd be your left. And it'd be like a mirror. And then, see what I mean? And then eventually, like, you're controlling. So you're controlling it, and they're following. And then they're controlling and you're following. And eventually it gets to a point where there's no words. There's no words.
Yeah.
They're just so like if I'm moving and I'm doing like certain movements, they're doing it, and then they'll like switch it up on me. But like we'll do it like in perfect sync. In perfect sync, it's a really beautiful thing. Like it sounds kind of
that's cool.
No, it's actually like kind of deep.
That's great.
Like imagine you're like leading something, and then all of a sudden they try and like switch up the hand movement, and then you do it perfect. Like you don't even hesitate. And that's it's kind of learning how to go with the flow.
That's it, man.
Yeah,
that's it, dude.
And it's like if life gives you something, you know, just like obviously nothing horrible.
No,
You know, you kind of take with it and go with it, and it's
insane, dude.
It's a beautiful thing,
dude. And that is actually awesome. Maybe Jason and I should just like be in the mirror doing it. No, but I think. I just like Oklahoma City.
Shout out to Shay in the back.
Yeah, dude, because that like when you're fully present in the moment, there's no conscious thought going on because you're fully experiencing that moment. And for instance, like when LeBron James is playing basketball or Michael Jordan's playing basketball or, you know, any athlete or things like that at the highest level, or even like boxer or, MMA.
I gotcha.
When they're in there, like, of course they have a plan. Of course, like, they train for months and they know what to do, right? But when they're in that cage or when they're on the court, they're just naturally doing all these things.
It all becomes instinctive.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all natural. And that, to me, is the highest experience of life. Whoa. Because you are fully in that moment. You're fully just doing the dance. And it just... You don't know how you're doing it. You don't necessarily understand every single piece of information, and like you said, you're following the hand. You're like, you don't even know how you're doing it. Your body's just doing it.
Yeah.
And I think there's like a couple things there. It's like your body is way more intelligent than we give it credit, right? So like your body's way more intelligent than your mind, and because especially if you train through your mind properly and you like learn the correct kind of protocol.
Oh yeah.
Your body can get to a point where it just this is the program that it has. And also too, it's like in that kind of moment when you're at that highest level, that's when you're at your peak performance. Because when you start, at least I like to think about it, like when I'm going golfing, right, and I hit a great shot and like Jason's like, oh God, that's a great shot, Cal, you're golfing so well today. I'm like, why'd you say that, right? because now I get all conscious. I'm like, I'm a good, and like, you know, sometimes it's gonna help, but
no, the ego, like
exactly, it comes in. It can it's self-conscious.
It can take over by the littlest things.
Yeah. You ever been in like a conversation where you're trying to be funny? When you're trying to be funny, you're not funny, right? I mean, most of the time. I mean, you're a funny guy, but like, you know, but. At least I find when I'm at my funniest is I'm just naturally going with the flow, right? Yeah. Because if I'm like going out with friends, right, and I'm trying to be the funny guy, a lot of the times like it's like it feels like I'm forcing it, right? It's like you gotta stop forcing it. You just gotta let it flow, let it come through you. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and you gotta be okay with that,
right?
But the biggest thing, especially more generally speaking in life, is so many people are self-conscious about their own experience. So many people are critical about themselves, especially when they go out into the world, when they do these different endeavors. They're constantly listening to the voice in their own head. They're identifying with that voice. That's who they believe they are.
Yeah.
But when they take that step back and they're like, oh, I'm not that voice. That voice in my head is just a behavioral thought pattern. You can take that step back and put the voice to the side for a second and focus on what you actually want to do. And then you take that step back and then you can start to go with the flow.
Right.
Because every single time you get self-conscious, and I'm not saying like and every single time you do get self-conscious, that puts more blockades in of that flow. And that's why Bruce Lee says, be water, my friend. Let it flow.
Absolutely.
Let it flow. Don't be the rock or the dam. Picture your thought as that dam that goes up. It's stopping the flow from coming through. So if you take away those thoughts, the water begins to flow. And no matter what, the water is going to flow, but the water will flow a lot better if you take down those blockades. And I think just going with the flow, really experiencing that kind of aspect, allowing your authenticity to flow through is the best thing possible. And so do you feel like, especially...
No, you know what? I'm so glad you're saying this because these are a lot of things that I've been thinking about as well.
Yeah. I was going to ask. Cause
so another thing that I've been thinking about is, and it's kind of, no, this does fit in, trust me. So I obviously... because we're podcasters, you gotta listen to some others too. You gotta pick,
100%.
Work on your craft. So obviously, the Godfather of it all, Mr. Rogan. Shout out to Joe.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah. So I was listening, and something he said on one of my walks the other day. He said, and it really stuck with me, and it really pissed me off because I know a lot of people like to do this. So right now, you and I were in the present moment, give and take. And it was something that he said that really stuck with me, and it was that he said, I don't like it when people, or when I'm having a conversation with somebody, or I'm having a debate, or whatever it is, and they already know what they're going to say as you're speaking.
Yeah.
They don't truly listen to what you have to say.
Yeah, totally.
Take it in, and then respond. So let's say we're talking about, you're talking about your day.
Yeah.
I don't care about your day. And I'm going to say, and I just want to talk. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't. And I was thinking about it. And I was like, I'm not going to lie. I've been a victim of that.
Totally,
I've been a victim of that, and I've been the person who does that, and I've been the person where I know it's happened to me.
So easy.
And I was really thinking about it, and lately I've been...
me off.
No, but lately I've been trying to just truly just listen to what someone has to say.
Man. Love that, dude.
Like that's...
Yes,
just go with whatever happens.
Yeah, man.
And I kind of... So far, this is great. I really feel like this
We're
is
having
nice.
a conversation.
We are, and this is how it should be.
Dude, I couldn't agree more with you, man, because I was, literally just before, I think you were talking, and I got, distracted by a thought or whatever, and I was like, I recentered myself, and I was like, okay,
it's all about recentering. That's what the meditation does.
No, it's not to say I was trying to
No, that's what meditation does for you.
Exactly. It's like recentering.
You got to work on it. Yeah,
100%.
yeah. When I was that's something I need to work on, getting back into meditating. I'll still do it before I go to bed. I don't do it as consistently as I want to.
You have to find what kind of meditation works for you. So,
absolutely.
Dude, walking is a great meditation.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, even putting in a podcast, for instance. While you're listening to Joe Rogan or just going outside, focus on your steps. Listen to the birds. Just what a lot of people working out is their meditation, right? So it's meditation can be done anywhere. And it's not for instance, me.
I saw you meditating outside.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, that was awesome. Oh my god,
that was so funny.
One quick story. One time I was just I love the benches at CCSU because somehow, some way, they're perfectly directed at the sun during the perfect times.
Nice.
And so I was just at one of my meditation spots. I actually think I rarely sat there.
It was
outside the math
of
building.
Maria Sanford.
Yep. And I sat there and I was just in the middle of my meditation, and I hear rustling or whatever, and I was just like, oh, that's weird. I was like, all right, whatever, just keep going. And then I get a Snapchat from Mario, 15 or I didn't go on my phone until 15 minutes after, and I was like, wait a minute, Mario usually doesn't Snapchat me, and then he opens up the Snapchat, and it's this dude right next to me on a bench with his phone up, and he's just like.
Cal was
dude,
just...
you were so silent. I was like,
Cal was in the zone. I just took a selfie, I took a video, got out of there. I was like, I'm going to let him rock. But I want to scare the crap out of him with his phone. God. And he's like, oh my God, there's a person next to me.
Dude. Oh my God, you were I was like, wow, that's impressive. You got a soft touch to your feet, man. And the way you sit, I'm like, that's impressive, dude. Yeah. It's pretty good, though. But what were we talking about?
Back to... communicating and intentions and agendas, and so you said the side thought and meditating, and you're talking about
side thought, and so I think, man, I like you said, I have been a victim of that myself. Like it happens. I like to think I've been better at it, but it happens all the time, and there's so many people that, especially like I'm sure you experience this all the time, that you're talking to. And this is a big thing with the whole business, right? Because like we'll try and talk to them about it, whether it be family members, friends, and stuff like that. And a lot of the times, like
you could tell they don't care.
They don't care. There's no genuine interest there, right? Like they'll ask a couple questions, right? But it's kind of like small talk.
It's filler.
Exactly, man. It doesn't feel like when I'm talking to you and you're asking these questions, I feel like you genuinely care.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're genuinely interested, and it feels really good. But when you're talking to someone that's like has that small talk that you can tell doesn't give a rat's ass about what you're doing,
the eye roll.
or they do the eye roll because you're doing what they don't want you to do, or they're egoically jealous of you because you're pursuing yourself, right? And they feel like less than because they're not doing that, and that makes them feel insecure, and they'll start to judge you, right, and stuff like that.
Or if it's adults, they might just think you're a kid, just trying to. They might still see you as a kid.
Yes,
I hate that. They still see you as a kid.
Oh my God, dude. Like, yeah,
things like,
oh my God,
Cal's not ready to talk.
Jason's dad literally he was like, you guys gotta get business cards. I'm sick and tired of people treating you guys like fucking kids. I'm like, we're getting those business cards.
I'm telling you, all these adults, they still see us as kids.
It's okay.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't mind that title, still be called a kid. I enjoy the youth. I embrace the youth. However,
man,
there's certain times where it does piss you off or rub you the wrong way.
Yeah, because they don't see you as serious. They don't see you as legitimate, right? And but at the same time too, it's like if you still have that kid kind of want to experience life, and you're not like, I just got back from my 9-to-5 job, like you have life in you,
right?
And you're willing to do fun things such as a podcast and go and work out, go on walks. Like I love that stuff. Like that's awesome, Yeah. But like back to what I was saying, there's such little people that when you're talking to them are actually listening to you. Yeah. And this is kind of what I was talking about before, because a lot of people are just stuck in their mind, right? They get all these thoughts and then their eyes are glazed over, right? Because they just have these thought patterns going around and around and around, and especially if they actually are having a conversation with you, and I know I'm guilty of this, right? Or not with you, but like in general, with a person, they're like, oh, how am I appearing? How is my tone coming off when I'm talking to them, right? So they're micromanaging every single kind of activity that they're doing, and because they're trying to appear a certain way. And like, dude, this is one of my big flaws, like especially because like high school and things like that. That is not severely, but it's really ingrained in my conditioning. But I observe it. I don't allow it like to come through me, if that makes sense. But they're not flowing, right? And so, like I said before, they're just like. They're focusing on all their thoughts, right? And they're not focusing on the conversation that they're having now, right? So you can tell what a person is focusing on. It's like when I'm talking to you, I could tell you're focused on what I'm talking about, right? But if I'm talking to a person, I could tell they're focused on something else. Maybe they're focused on how they're appearing. Maybe they're focused on their thoughts, right? And so it's really, really, really bad. And people are just
with our generation too.
Oh, dude.
You know what I do? If I could tell that I just stop talking.
Yeah, dude.
I'll be mid conversation. As soon as I realize, I'll stop talking.
Yeah,
and you know what's crazy? You know what the worst part is? It'll take a good 20 to 30 seconds so they realize I stop talking.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they'll start talking a whole new thing. Or they'll just be like, "Oh, were you talking? Like my bad." I'm like, "No, I wasn't."
Oh no, I'll just talk to this wall over here.
Yeah, no, exactly. I can't stand it. But it's one of those things where it's have the common courtesy, one, and two. If you're gonna ask somebody a question, listen to their answer. Don't ask it just to ask it. Just don't ask it.
Yeah, just
I can't stand that.
Yeah, I know.
But I think that you and I are at a different level. In all due respect, and not trying to not to say we're better than anybody. It's just one of those things where
you're just objectively stating.
We have. Well, you definitely have your priority straight better than me. I'm still learning.
Dude, it takes
but
time.
Yeah,
it takes time,
absolutely.
Man.
But it's
I'm not perfect.
But like we are at a stage in our lives where we are trying to live life the way that we feel should be lived in the healthiest manner.
Yes.
Healthiest and happiest manner.
Yeah, 100%.
And a big part and piece of that is communication.
Yes, dude.
Shout out to my major.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, you got accepted in grad school too, right?
Yep.
Fire. Come on.
Yeah, as a joke, you know what I said? Well, the main reason I'm going to go for my master's as of right now is...
because I was curious about that.
Yeah. The main reason is because I still want some more time to figure out what I truly want to do. Because this is great. And honestly, you know what? If somehow I just acquired like a certain amount of money, I would totally upgrade this and go on. So you know what? That's probably the long-term plan.
Gotcha, man.
But you know what? I'm gonna still keep doing
you're kind of
this.
like in a similar spot that I was.
Yes, correct. It's like you're on level 10, I'm on level 8.
No.
But like you can't tell anybody the answers. You can't tell anybody the answers. You gotta figure it out for yourself.
Of course.
So it's like you at the Wordle and you're like, ooh, I want to tell you, but I can't. Yeah, but I still want more time, and I know we all have plenty of time. But it's just in terms of being able to truly assess my options. Swim in the pool and figure that out. So that's the main. Hold on.
Go ahead. Sorry.
But as a joke, honestly, I'm probably gonna do it because it goes so hard. I don't know why, but I'll say what it is. So I never worry about IG posts or anything or none of that. But I could just imagine myself getting my master's and just saying officially a master of communication. That goes so hard. I don't know.
I'm a master of communication.
What are you? I'm a master communicator. I could talk to you anywhere, anyhow. I could talk to Jesus.
You have no idea how well I can talk.
I don't know why. It's so cool.
No, yeah, man.
But what was that? What was that question?
That's so dope. I love that.
Yeah, right.
But okay. Because I don't know if you're okay with me asking.
Absolutely, dog.
So, if you were to graduate, is there are you worried that after you graduate you won't have will there be I don't know, you don't have to if you don't feel comfortable saying it.
Ask it.
Do you feel like there's going to be pressure from your friends, your family, and to get a job to not give you time to what you want to do? I'm just curious. That's all.
You know what? That's a phenomenal question, Cal.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what the crazy thing is? And I don't. So, and I'm, it's funny. I don't think I've ever talked to you about this, but I know damn well you probably have a soundbite out there that's talking about this.
That's awesome.
But it's people don't pat themselves on the back enough or give them the credit that they deserve. I worked out today. Yes.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
it's good.
It's just, I worked out. Hell yeah, you worked out.
Yeah.
People don't celebrate the mini victories.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm guilty of that. Yep. But technically speaking, I am the very first member of my intermediate family to attend a 4-year university.
Damn.
Yeah. And I'm going to be graduating and going for my master's, which hasn't also been done in my family.
Wow.
So I never really talk about that. I never really said that out
that's
loud.
That's dope, man.
It sounds kind of generational, trend setting.
I've never. Family line, man.
My mom went to. a 2-year school and then went to nursing school, so that was her own thing.
Yeah.
My dad went to school and then he eventually got his degree, but not at a state school. Okay. Yeah, my brother went to the military. Wow. My sister's still in high school, so. Yeah.
Your boy's got to step up to the plate. Wow, man. Dude, that's awesome, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, trailblazer, I guess you could say.
Hey, I mean, that's literally the definition of it, right?
Yeah, I don't think... There's always going to be pressure.
Yeah.
There's always going to be pressure. People are always going to ask and but dog, let me tell you, if anything, I'm applying the pressure myself. Yeah, okay, I am the pressure.
Yeah. No. Yeah. The only reason why I asked was because if I can, because I was in a spot where I was just getting
let me see if I can find the words for you. Did you feel, and it could have been imaginary pressure, did you feel that because you didn't have your career figured out right away, that you were going to be letting people down in the sense?
Not necessarily.
Or what was it for you?
The thing that I resonate with you is because you're in a spot where you're about to graduate, right? And then you're going to go to grad school, and correct me if I'm wrong, seriously, this is just based on the information that I have.
Yep.
You're going to go to grad school, but you're not sure if you're going to use the degree that you have. Are you good? Do you feel because you're in a spot where you got to figure out where you need more time, right? But is there an alternative? The only reason why I asked
No. I love that, Justin. And you know what? I know we're going to segue into this.
Okay.
So I love I love the way you
find out next week.
So I know that people don't. I know a lot of people you hear, they say, I went to college, my degree has nothing to do with what I do now. You hear that all the time. Don't need to spend your money. This is a capitalist environment. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, if you figure something out, you figure out your niche, like, you could just do a killing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
For me, ever since I've come to Central, nothing but good has come my way.
Okay.
I love the environment. I love the people.
Okay.
I felt like DiCaprio when people were asking. I was like, I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not leaving yet. So, no, it was truly one of those things. And listen, in high school, the biggest reason why I was terrified of college was debt. And I am in a little bit of debt. I'm not going to, hide that.
99% of college kids.
Yeah, people are in debt. It happens. But 100%. You know what?
They're working hard, though.
It can sound corny, but I truly believe there could be good debt. And I hate that. I hate debt. I'm saying it out loud. But you know what? It's going to. I genuinely believe in my heart that this is somehow going to help me, even if I don't use the degree. Just staying in school, being around my peers, being around people my age, constantly being exposed to different types of people. You learn things.
100%.
And someone could I don't want to say who just yet. We're gonna get to this. They can totally disagree, and that's fine, because I totally get that understanding too. I really do. Because honestly, if someone says I don't need a degree, I don't blame you. Fine by me. But it's to me, honestly, being at Central has been more.
You're not ready to put it down yet.
Yeah, being at Central has been more than just a degree. It's more than just the classes. It's this. This will be a conversation forever etched in my memory. This is the conversation where I'm like, all right, Cal's got his shit figured out, and he's still obviously working, but he's got it going. And I haven't said it too much yet, but I'm on the roll too. Man. You take these moments and you really think about them, and they help you slowly figure just the more exposure. So
okay, and I like that a lot, because I totally get where you're coming from, and like you said before, it's been being at colleges these past 4 years and 5 years at this point,
right?
It's been awesome, dude, and I love it. And like you said, you're just not ready to put it down yet. The only thing there was, it was just because the worry that I had was because you're going to, and you're not exact, because I got very lucky. I could still experience the college environment without having to go to school, right?
Yes.
Which is.
I mean, if I could take that too, Cal. If you know people, let me know.
I just don't want you to feel like you have to still. I don't know, you can do whatever the hell you want, right? Yeah. But I just think, when I was able to pull away that school aspect and still experience Central, still experience all these great things, that's when the switch flipped.
I like that,
because maybe you enjoy, because do you feel like getting the communication degree is necessary to kind of? I mean, I get what you're saying, right? Because you have to be in school to still go to Central, but.
I'll tell you this right now.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
If I were to graduate, somebody said, I love my house and I love my room. So I love this environment. So I don't know if I personally want a gig like you, which is a great gig.
What if
you said, Mario, if you graduate, you can probably work a full-time job on campus.
Yeah.
No degree. You start making bank right now, and you can keep doing what you're doing. I really might entertain the holy shit out of that thought. Because so the plan is, and I really need to start doing more digging. So the goal would be graduate, and so I thought that if you were a GA or GI, you truly get the benefits. I found out as long as you truly get a full-time job on campus, for the most part, your master's degree will be paid for.
Yep. Will be.
So that's kind of where my mind is at right now.
Yeah.
But honestly, if
are you set on going to grad school? Because
I'm accepted.
No, you're
so
accepted.
I guess I'm truly going if let's say I graduate and then I'm like, yep, still
100%,
going.
Yeah.
Because right now it's July. Yeah. So who knows?
Do you feel like the only reason why I'm asking this is just
dude, these are great questions.
Yeah, just because I just
ask away.
Yeah, I'm genuinely interested, and I just want to understand more, right?
Ask away.
So do you feel like getting that communication degree will directly serve you? Kind of like.
So the problem with me is I truly still don't know what I want to do.
Gotcha.
So for me, it's while I don't know what I want to do, might as well save myself or keep myself like in the mode I've been in. Play it safe.
Yep, gotcha.
And might as well get at the highest level.
Gotcha. Okay.
So let's say I do get a job or whatever, like at least I can say I'm a master of something. No, but like you get paid more.
Yeah.
If you have your masters and
yeah.
You know, it's just one of those things. But my case is a little different.
No,
because if someone was in my position, they're about to graduate, and they're like, I just realized I don't want to be a fucking accountant. I want to be a doctor. And then they got to go through the whole thing. It's just something completely different. They're like, I'm going to be working with the Nelk boys. I don't know. I'm going to be,
gotcha, man.
Like, it's all situational. So for me, I still don't have the answers to the test.
No, 100%.
I'm still looking at the paper. I have to write my name down, you know? So
yeah, man. Yeah,
but if somebody offered me a certain position or whatever it was, maybe I might entertain that.
Gotcha, man.
But I will say, and I'll say it a lot, who cares? It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But I was really thinking about it today, and I was thinking to myself, like, what if and you don't get paid for this too, but I was like, what if I just like became like a manager of one of the sports teams? Like, just expose myself to something completely different.
Yeah.
I'm around D1 athletes, like, because I love sports.
Also, like Central.
Yeah, and then boom, and then all of a sudden, let's say a year later, I'm the Bengals water boy.
Yeah. Dude.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that's just a little thought, but it's like these are the things you have to think about when it comes to exposing yourself to certain things and how to prepare yourself. Like, I was like,
Hey man, like, dude, like, listen, we're in because right now
we're in the try it and
fail.
Try it and fail.
And listen, if you Alex Hormozy says, listen, when you're going on a sales call, right? Expect them to say no, because you call, right? And you're trying to sell your services. If they say no, you're in the exact same spot. So you just keep trying. It's the same thing with like working out and all these other things, right?
Yeah.
You just if the only like just you not trying is your biggest downfall. But what I was saying, right, is here, let me forgot the camera. Let me just go.
No, you're good.
Turn that on real quick.
No, keep doing your thing. Little interludes. Here we go.
Give the voice a little bit.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Jason did this as well.
Yes.
Obviously, they got to get their footage as well.
Man, I appreciate it. And Mario's been very accommodating. Appreciate
absolutely,
it, man. But right now we're in a spot with CJ Media where, you know, obviously we don't have the funds to hire employees, right? So, for instance, we brought in my cousin who is in a spot right now. He's not going to college. He dropped out after a year, and he doesn't really know what he wants to do with his life. Meaning, you know, he's like a very good guy. He's you know, he has developed internally a ton this year and has really become a great version of himself, similar to you in the path that you're on. Like, you guys, like, we all share, me, you, Jason, him, all share very similar values. And he didn't really have a vision, but he knew he wanted to do something else that didn't have to do with school. And he's thought about going back to school and stuff like this. But I was telling him, I was like, hey, man, you know, we're in a spot, like I said before, where we can't really hire people for CJ Media. But we would love if you were willing and you wanted to, right? It's completely on you. If you wanted to come and use our equipment and help film for us and learn the skill of videography. And when you get to a point where you no longer need our help and you're attached to us as a quote unquote freelancer, as a quote unquote employee, then you'll start to get a percentage of the gig that you're doing or whatever. And so we brought my cousin in probably a couple weeks ago, and on one Saturday, and Jason and I sat down with him. We taught him the editing software. We showed him the cameras. And just this past Saturday when we went to the Argoats, he was there filming with us. And he's like, dude, and he's doing this for free. He just wants to learn the skill, which he can take for the rest of his life and can be something that he can create something with down the road, whether that be him being a freelancer, whether that be him being in a business. And man, like, if you wanted to, for instance, like, I'm not saying you have to, but if you genuinely had an interest in videography, if you genuinely wanted to learn about it, like, Jason and I would be more than willing to teach that to you and bring you on as a quote unquote member, but like, you have no attachment, there's no expectation there. But we obviously need hands because we're taking on a lot of work, but we don't have the funds to hire those people. But for people that don't necessarily know what they want to do, and we can provide that with them at no cost except for their time and energy, that is such a gratifying thing. And like I'm speaking on Jason's behalf because he was like, dude, Mario's the type of guy we need because he's just such a positive, friendly guy. He'll just start talking up, random people, and he'll get us gigs. Like that's just the kind of person he is, right? And like, yeah, man, if you ever wanted to, and like listen, this is not like me trying to be like you do what you want, right? You do what you want, but dude, if you ever wanted to learn about videography or learn about cameras and like come with us to a couple gigs, edit a couple videos for us down the road. I mean, you have a pretty good understanding of editing already, which is a bonus. But yeah, man, I just wanted to kind of extend that offer to you, and like if you had any interest, not saying you have to, but like we could talk about it with Jason, and maybe figure something out if you wanted to.
So you know what's crazy?
Yeah. What's up?
It's crazy you say that because I just so happen to be someone that loves recording shit. Like, I love recording shit. When I'm out somewhere, I'm the documentary guy.
Yep. Yes. Yep.
I love that shit.
Yeah, man.
I take the pictures. I love someone could just be walking. I love just getting a good picture. If it's like the stars are out, like boom. That's the picture. And I hate it when they never take it and post it. Like, come on, post it. Yeah, no. So you know what's crazy? And I might know somebody else for you too that you could possibly take on as a apprentice. This might be a perfect man. What a small world. So listen to this. Yeah. Because this ties into what I was gonna say. So I personally wish something I did in high school. No regrets. But something I wish I did in high school was I wish I took pictures and videos for the sports teams. And you know what's crazy? One of my friend's little brothers actually did that.
Oh shit.
Actually did that, has his own little page. Like, it's nothing crazy. Like, it's still tiny, but, like, he does it.
Yeah.
And coming to CCSU, I'm like, dude, if you still want to do that, I know people.
Yeah.
I know people. And I wasn't even thinking of you when I said that. I was saying, I'll walk with you to the coaches. Yeah, like, I'll tell you the email. I'll get you the names. Yeah, man. We'll figure this out. I'll help you get access. I was like, if my friend Cal can, so can you, man. Like, be the personal. I was like, dude, I can help you make a name for yourself. So everyone loves photography here. Oh, like, you can make a name for yourself quick. So you know what?
Yeah, man.
I don't know how the timing would work. I would definitely
get me in contact with him.
I would definitely take you up on your offer,
dude.
Some way, somehow,
dude. Yeah,
I would love to. I was telling Jason that I was like, dude, not like
I saw that.
Yeah, I was like, hey man. No. But seriously though, I definitely think when it comes to the podcast game, like I obviously had to like work my ass off to figure out how to like get to this point. I got it down. But like when it comes to anything, you got to find ways to get better.
100%.
So like if I said this a little earlier, so let's say I move out the house, and then I have enough money. Like I would totally buy my own studio or make my own studio in my house, like awesome. Bigger equipment, better equipment, like just go shoot for the stars. Exactly. So to learn how to improve on that, or to also take that and maybe run with it. So let's say I still do podcasts and just go out and love filming shit. Yeah, there's that too. Yeah. So you know what, Cal?
Dude. Hey man, listen.
Hey, I don't know how the timing would work.
We'll figure it out, man. We'll figure it out.
Maybe it's after school, like once I'm done. Who knows?
That's what I'm saying.
Because I will say, if there was a way where once I graduate, I could truly start doing shit. Yeah. Like money. Like, money's great, but, like, I don't have to pay for housing. Like, I have bills, nothing too crazy. I have loans, but, like, I can always go on a plan.
Of course.
So, the only thing is, and your case is a little different. So, because I took the gap year after high school. So, I know what it's like to truly... Yeah. So, your case is so great because you're around the CCSU people. Yep. I was working full-time in other jobs, not careers, jobs. Okay. Did not enjoy them. Bag-breaking type work, like lifting, moving.
Tough stuff,
And I would just come home. I'd be too tired to do anything, go to sleep, wake up, do the same. You're right. It sucks ass. So I know what that's like. So the longer I can stay in the school environment, I can buy more time because I know what's on the other side of the fence. Obviously, you want to make sure you're doing something you enjoy. That's why I'm starting doing things like this, just like anybody else should be. If you're not, you should be. Chase your dreams.
I totally
So, yeah, no, that's definitely something I love this shit.
Yeah, dude,
I really do.
Dude, I know.
Like the dream. Someone asked me the other day what the dream was, because I I'm still trying to put on one shoe rather than put on the whole outfit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%,
so like we can talk about like my health journey like this past year soon or coming up or whatever. Yeah. But like right now I'm worried about that. And then you get to take on the next task. You know what I'm saying? 100%. It's like you can't take on the whole world at once.
No way.
But
no way.
I will say, man, I mean I got this tattoo for a reason. Someone asked me, he's like,
see it?
Yeah, the world is yours, Scarface.
That's cool. Oh, wow, that's sick, man.
Yeah, but someone was saying, why don't you like play it safe or just like do this? And I was like, hey, listen, let me tell you something.
You're gonna die.
No, I didn't tell him that, but it's true.
Hey, buddy, you're gonna die.
Eventually, was like, hey,
no one makes it out of life.
I was like,
dude.
Hey, you're gonna die.
By the way,
it's true, but I told him, man, like, let me tell you something. I want the world and everything in it. Everything in it.
Yep.
And that's a quote from Scarface, but it's so true. Yeah. And I've been this way since I was a kid. Whether it's relationships, whatever it is, name any category. Like, I just don't want to settle. Yeah. I just don't. And it's crazy. I can even talk about the accountability mirror concept, which I have in my bathroom.
Hey, man. Talk about it.
That's yeah. So you know, let's open up this can of worms because why not?
Yeah, man. Now's the time.
So for those who don't know, well, you probably do know. If you're a friend of mine or whatever, it's okay. I appreciate you.
Or a Snapchat viewer.
Yeah, right.
Such as myself.
Yeah. So I've been doing this for a little over 2 years now, going on 3. Okay. I want to say, and in the summer, usually take the time off to do me, just work or whatever, and then do the semester because people aren't around. Yeah. And then and my whole thing is I love talking to people.
Yeah.
So I came to this point where so like I said, summer still take the breaks off, but this is a little different kind of break. Yeah. This isn't me sitting on my ass kind of break.
No.
By any means.
Working on yourself kind of break.
Yeah. So. So you mentioned this earlier. Yeah. So I just say it's my cousin to keep it brief. It's my cousin's cousin, but gotcha. Just make it spade, whatever. I don't know. Yeah. So he's a naturopath. And for those that don't know what it is, at least I can't give you the textbook definition, but my definition is a naturopath is someone who, so let's say you go to a doctor, checks your heart rate or whatever. He's like, or your blood pressure. He's like, this is this over this. Yeah. Your blood pressure's a little high. Maybe you should eat a little more celery. like that little bit right there. Uh-huh. A naturopath will, so in this case, and the coincidence is this guy's also a super workout junkie.
Okay.
The perfect mix.
Yeah.
Nutrition and working out.
I love it.
So you take this person, they have you get your blood checked, see what's lacking in your system, see what's efficient, see what's inefficient. Okay. In my case, I had low levels of like vitamin D and stuff like that, but lots of people actually do in Connecticut, surprisingly. He said unless you're like butt booty naked in the sun all day in Connecticut, and that's like only the summer, it's super sunny here. He said like you're going to be lacking vitamin D. Yeah. So, certain things, I have no problem saying this because I thought it was so interesting, and this was back in November when I had this checked out. He said like the average male level of testosterone, I forget what the number is in the scale, he said I was way below it, way below. Yeah. And reasons for that could be lack of working out, lack of this, lack of that, certain things like that. So I was like, wow, like that's actually crazy. So there's that, and there were certain things that were efficient, whatever. Gives me certain things. He goes, remember, this isn't a diet, this is a lifestyle change. Okay. So we're going to get you going. So there was little things like he had this and I'm still taking it, by the way. It's this like breakfast shake routine, like protein shake type thing. Like that's my breakfast.
Cool, man.
Like he introduced me to meditating. And he introduced me to certain things, do's and don'ts. Like watch this, watch that. But like all baby steps. It's a gradual process.
100%. Yep.
So that was the introduction. That was also during basketball season. Shout out to the fellas who won the chip. That was great. That was great. Yeah. So during basketball season, it was very tempted to, Mario, just stop working out. Just come play ball. Very easy. And I hated working out. So, that was my ticket out. Boom. Yes. I'm so glad you asked. Yeah. So, I was so focused on basketball rather than working out. Because, and this isn't, I hate using the word hate, but I can't stand people like, oh, basketball's working out. No. I work out. Now I work out. And we're going to talk about this. I work out. That ain't working out. That's moving around. That ain't working out. So I texted his name's Matthew. I texted him. I'm like, Matthew, I fucked up, bro. So like what he does is you meet, gives you the plan, see you in 5 months.
Oh, wow.
Type of thing. Huh. But I still have his numbers. I can text him whenever I want. But like that's pretty much the thing. Then we go from there.
Yep.
So that was in like December. No, the meeting was in December. Now it's March. The meeting is in like early April. So I'm like, fuck. I haven't done shit. Lost no weight. Awesome. I won a championship. But that's about it. So I texted him. He goes, no worry. I'm going to get you in. We gonna figure this out. So I'm sitting there and I'm telling him, man, well, I'll tell you what. Like, I do feel better. Like, because I've been going hard for basketball. So, like, he's like, yeah, that's cool. But, like truly, like, listen to me when I say this. Like, you're here for a reason. You're here to better your life in so many ways than you can imagine. And he said, these few things that I'm about to tell you pissed me off more than anyone you can imagine. Because me, like, I dare you to tell me I can't fucking do it. Like, do something. I fucking dare you. Like, I take shit personally. Like, Michael Jordan, the documentary, like, the meme. No, like, I'm not even kidding. Because I'm a super competitor. I know my limits. Like, I'm not going to beat a three-point shooter on three-point shooting. I'm not. I don't shoot. I don't play basketball like that. He told me, he said, Mario, of all my clients, only 10% truly show, like, insurmountable growth. Or, like, whatever the word would be. Tremendous growth. Enough growth to where, like, it's a major change, like, major difference, legit, whatever it is. And what's crazy enough is my brother, who used to be a really big boy, 300 pounds in high school. Oh, wow. Now he's in the military. But, like, he went and had this guy's plan, and, like, certain plans, and his predicated regimen dropped all the way down to, like, low 200s. Then eventually got into, like, the 180s in boot camp, whatever. Now he's, like, now he's working, but, like, crazy change. So, and I can't stand when people compare to me and my brother. I love him. But it's now one of those things where it's like, I'm here, like, help me out. So I was talking to him, and he goes, oh, yeah. So he said, only 10% of my clients truly show that change. 10%. And the way he said it, and he's a positive guy like you too. So imagine if someone like you tells me that. And I'm like, what are you trying to say, Cal? Especially someone who shows the truth. But he's a blunt guy. He's very direct. No, but it was one of those alley-oop type of things. It wasn't even an open-ended question. It was like an open-ended response. Like, it's up to you to decide where you want to be. Like, the 10% or the 90. And I'm like, I know you're not talking to me like I'm one of the 90. Like, I might not have anything to show for it. Not yet. But I know I'm not one of the 90. And then he said this. He goes, every day you wake up, you're battling two people, your current self and your ideal self. Which one do you want to be? Like, you're fighting for that. He goes, you can either play it safe, stay how you are, or you keep visualizing the dream, you keep visualizing your ideal self, and you look in the mirror and you're like, so I was like, you trying to say I'm still staying my current self? You think I'm not going to fight for what I want to be? Okay. Like, I didn't even say nothing. I was kicking on, and he wasn't even saying it in a bad way. He wasn't saying it in a bad way. And coincidentally enough, Goggins, who we could talk about in a little bit, like, he always preaches about how, like, any little advantages you can create for yourself, like, for a boost or, like, take it and run with it. So, like, I'm not taking these as, like, like only like a small amount because they truly want it bad enough. I'm saying it as, oh, you don't want it bad enough. Like, why are you even sitting in my chair?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, bet.
Yeah.
So everyone always knew me at the Rec, Orange General, as a morning bird. I love being up in the morning. It's great. Yeah. But I hate waking up. I hated waking up because I would never get good enough sleep. I'm up early, but my sleep was shit.
Yep.
So eventually it just started where I was like, you know what, I'm going to buy a membership to Planet, because while tuition does cover the gym, it was one of those things where it's very hard to be motivated or to work out where I work at.
100%.
I'm there a while. Like, it's very hard. I don't live on campus. I commute. And coincidentally enough, I live 2 minutes driving distance from Planet Fitness. Not even kidding when I say this. It's not even a joke.
Yep.
I am a hill away from Planet Fitness. I literally drive down a hill. I'm here. I'm not even kidding. That's exactly how it is. The quickest commute of all time.
Yep.
So I said to myself, this is the plan. Yeah. And the thing that he told me that also irked me was, like, I really think you should do CrossFit. I think you need a lot of people to hold you accountable. I'm like, fuck that. I need to hold myself accountable. Like, I want to master myself.
Yeah.
Pause. But, like, seriously, like, I want to be the one to, like, pull in my reins. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to do it. Nobody else. Me. Like, this is a me problem.
Yep.
So,
love that, bro.
So I went to Planet, got a membership, started working out.
Fuck yeah.
And, so that was going. I started that late April.
Nice, man.
And I've been doing that.
Ever since.
I've been doing that 5 days a week.
2 months, right? Yeah.
It's been
almost 3,
May,
right?
yeah, 3, about 3
yeah,
now.
3 months, yeah.
So about 3 months.
Yeah.
And I even made them. I was so, cause like the thing is people like they'll like wait for the right time. There truly is no right time.
No.
You just gotta do it. You just have to, like, and this is coming from me. This is coming from someone who's already in shape. No disrespect to you, like it's one thing if Cal says it, but like I'm someone who's like, I played football. I was in shape, but I was still a big guy. Yeah. Like I've always been a big guy. Like this is coming from me.
Yeah.
You just gotta go. Like just show up to the gym, lift, do it again the next day. Wash, rinse, repeat. Just keep doing it, and eventually you'll pick up on things. Yeah. You'll learn things. You'll talk to people. You just gotta go. Yeah. You can't wait for 2 days from now. Because there was a post I saw, and it was really like it was very well put, but very simple. Yeah. It was a person who was it was a little cartoon. It was someone who was really fat, really fat, just watching TV, sitting there with like burgers all around him and wrappers, and it said, "Life is hard." And then it said, I'll just go the next day. And then it was like the next, I'll just go tomorrow. I'll go like next week. Like I'm not feeling, and it just kept going. Like they just kept procrastinating. But then there was someone who was like, they were shredded, but like they were in the gym like miserable as fuck, saying life is hard. But like, he's like making it a different type of thing. Yeah. It's either you stay out of shape and you complain that life is hard, or you make life easier for yourself, but go through that good suck kind of thing.
Yeah.
Life is hard. Good suck. And I was like, man, like, I don't want to be the fucking guy who's fucking eating. And the thing is, I'm not even, like, I was never, like, a gluttonous person or thing. No. So, like, but I was like, I would be damned if I'm that person on the left. Can't. So, started working out little by little, picking up on things. And I told the guy, before I left, I said, make me sign a fucking contract. I don't know if you've ever done this with one of your clients. This is I just came up with it on the spot. I was like, make me sign something. Make me hold myself accountable. To where, like, if I don't do something, you're going to shoot me a call or a text, or like something to where, like, I'd be embarrassed if I wasn't doing it. So like, I'm doing certain things to keep myself accountable, like reading, whatever it is. And then every Sunday, I have to send him progress photos. Every Sunday.
That's great.
And I'm also paying for Planet, so I'm feeling it in my pockets. So I gotta show up.
Yeah, you got it.
I gotta get my money's worth.
Yeah, 100%.
So like, I'm doing these little things, and I'm working out. And then what's helping me even more is because I'm working in the summer, I'm always working the opening shifts, and I'm like, I did the little bit of math in my head. I'm like, I'd have enough time if I wake up. I could just go to the gym, boom, right to Planet.
Yeah.
Or boom, right to the rec. Both two gyms. I work it's fine. I work out at a gym, and then I work at a gym. It's funny. But yeah, and I'm like, I could just go right to the rec after I'm done with my workout. And I'm also, so it's funny, like, I'm trying to do things to get me in shape, but I'm still lazy. Like, I'm so lazy, I will wake up in the morning to work out so where I can go home and have the rest of my day to myself to lay down. I mean, Like, I'm like,
it's progress.
Yes. So I'm like, if I just, get the right sleep, go start going to bed this time, do this, I can do this, and then I do this, and then it's funny because, like, people say not to put shit on on social media, like, keep your business to yourself. There's certain people like that.
It's all about the intention.
Yeah, there's certain people, and I got a couple messages from close friends like, hey, man, like, you should keep it private, and then, like, I'm like, nah. I'm gonna just do as I please. Yeah. So people have been seeing that I go work out, and then
inspires them to go work out.
And then at the rec, they're all saying, Mario, like, did you work out already? I'm like, I did. Like, now they're like, shit, now I gotta work out. And it's this whole, like, thing. And now somehow I've been I don't want to say the standard, but I've been one of the people at the rec who was like, shit, Mario already worked out today. Now I have to.
Yeah, I know, 100%.
And it's not even like a flex of me like showing off. It's it's like a
trying to hold yourself
spiritual pressure type thing. Shout out to anime. Spiritual pressure. It's like you feel it. Like when you're in the same room as me now.
Yeah.
Like I give off the energy. Like he's trying to get better. Yeah. So should I. Yes. Which is I love that because like I'm always here for the people. I'm always trying to help people get right.
Sharpen other pencils. You know.
And So that was going on.
Yeah.
And then I had little mini vacays this summer, but I just was like, I've been doing so good in the fucking gym. I've been doing so good. Like, in this routine, like, I hate this. I'm laying on my ass. Like, I've been going to the gym. I'm not working out. Like, I was feeling it. So, like, I was trying to do little things to, like, help myself. But I was like, nah, I need to be at the gym. So, like, like I would just, like go home or whatever. Yeah. Like, I did, so do my thing. And then little before those vacays, I had the next follow-up meeting with this guy in the naturopath. And he said, you know what I think I should recommend you? What you need to do next is, so he thinks or thought that, and I agree with him, my rest days were not hurting me, but they weren't helping me.
Okay.
They were hurting me more than helping, but they weren't like super hurtful. Okay. But it was enough. Like he's like, we want to get you like to a room where you have room to fuck up, like room to like truly like not do shit.
Okay.
Like where you're truly the engine's going.
Okay.
You take a couple days off, whatever it is. Like you're good.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So he was like, he said, "You ever heard of the 75 hard?" And I go, "What is that?" It just already sounds like something I don't like. Like I still hate working out, but I love it. So I'm like, "What's next?" Like I got this down. Like what's next? Because the goal was to get to the 1 month mark. 1 month is a habit. You do something for a month, it becomes a habit.
100%.
You feel guilty if you don't go to the gym.
Yeah,
you feel guilty if you're slacking. You feel it.
100%.
I wanted to get that feeling. Now I feel like a bitch.
Yeah.
So, excuse my language. I mean, I still swear. No,
okay.
Yeah, so he shows me. So we were talking about that a little bit before you came in, so I'll give you the full breakdown.
Yeah.
No drinking or smoking. I don't really do either of those things, so like that's easy.
Good there.
That's easy.
Yep.
10 pages of reading a day.
Yep.
Check, because I already got books here, but plus I've been reading the David Goggins iconic book, Can't Hurt Me.
So good.
I've been writing down, like highlighting stuff. I've been putting sticky notes in the book.
Dude.
Like I've been doing the whole shebang.
Yeah.
So like I already got my motivation and my Bible and like
awesome.
I got it all. I got it all to a T there.
Yeah, go man.
Then 40 minutes of exercise indoors. Cake.
Yeah.
40 minutes of exercise outside. And you have to be on a diet. For me, I meal prep.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I'm not going like balls to the wall diet, but I'm still like on a diet, meal prep, eating good enough.
Yep.
So that's what you have to do every day, no rest day, for 75 days straight. I'm on day. I'm on day 4, but it's Thursday, July 27th. I finally did the math today to figure out when this would be over. This hell will be over. It's over on October 6th.
Oh, shit.
So that's a long ass time to reflect each day,
and
people have started to notice that I've been doing the whole thing. Like they've noticed the routine so far this week because it literally started this week, and it has been the most humbling week of my life so far when it comes to this because my sleep has been the best it ever has been. Yesterday I went to bed at 7:20 p.m. Woke up at 4:30. 9 hours of sleep right there.
Holy crap.
I haven't had that in a while. But like 7 p.m. Think about that. Yeah. Some people are just getting home from work.
Yeah.
Some people are eating dinner.
Yeah.
I'm lights out.
Yeah.
And I love that. I do. There's going to be some times during the semester where I'm going to have to stay up a little later or whatever of course. And wake up early still. But like that, we'll cross that little bridge when we get there. But
hey, man.
So for those who don't know, when I work out, I go hard. Like I wear these windbreakers, like is it's like a sauna suit. It sticks to you. Yep. I always wear sweatpants. I never wear a t-shirt and shorts because I'm not there yet. I need to earn the rite of passage to me mentally. This is what I do. Gotcha. So like let's say someone else is waking up at 5. So let's say someone's waking up at 5. I'm waking up at 4:30. Someone wants to match me. If someone wants to go to the gym to work out, I'm going and wearing sweats.
Yep.
If someone wants to like I'm not gonna get into like weight and stuff like that because you don't want to tear something, but like you want to find ways to like give yourself someone does 5 reps, I'm doing 6.
Yeah.
If the cheat tells me do 12 to 15 reps, I'll do 15 each time, and then on the last one I'm doing 16.
That's awesome.
Little things like that. So now, 40 minutes of outdoor activity. This is the killer. This is the killer because I got the regimen down. I've had the regimen down for months now where I work out, go to the gym, go home, I'm done for the day. Yay! So great. So what I do now is wake up, go to the gym, go to the rec and work, and then I'll come home, eat lunch. Maybe I'll lay for a few, maybe I won't. Then I put on the same outfit I worked out in. The same sauna suit. I'll try and dry it off as much as I can to get the sweat out of there. It's so gross. I wash it all the time. Yeah. But I put that on in my sweats, and I go for a 40-minute walk. Because they said any door, I'm not doing burpees and a whole circuit. Screw that. It is July. Of all times, I'm doing this late July. I was miserable today. But like I do like 2 laps around this whole half of the neighborhood, and then like I come back around and do another couple. But like when I'm walking back inside, it's the most humbling feeling. Like I'm like I worked out twice today, and I just put myself through hell. I got another 71 days of this. But like who else is doing this?
I know.
People are working out. They're in shape or whatever, but they not working like me right now. It's one of those things, and there's just been little things that have helped me out so far this week and in general my workout journey.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
Putting shit on my story and people saying Mario work. It holds me. So it was funny because I didn't want to be the guy who posted, hey, follow me along on my workout journey. Like, and then like I stop after like a month or like 3 weeks. Like I didn't want to be that guy. Even more fuel. I was like, I'll be damned. So I was like, you know what? Maybe like here and there I'll post like I'm in the gym. People see I'm up. It's like, oh damn, Mario's in the gym. Like word. Yeah. But now it's because I have this I'm gonna do this every day to hold myself accountable.
Yeah. Because
that's what you gotta do little things like that.
Also inspire others.
When you lack motivation, you gotta find a way to. All due respect, like screw the motivation, discipline. Instill the discipline. Like even if you are absolutely hating the fact that you have to work out the next, you do it anyways. You just do it. So there's that, and the accountability mirror. Now, what is the accountability mirror? If you want to see for yourself after this, you should. It's actually no one else has seen it.
Absolutely,
you'd be the first to see it. Yeah, Cal would be the first to see the accountability mirror person.
Come on.
So in David Goggins' book, after each chapter, he has a challenge, and for anyone that is looking to somehow, even if you already are in peak physical shape, you're just finding a way to get a mental edge, find a way to better your life, find a way to read the book. I'm telling you, it lives up to the hype and more. I never thought that a book would be so beneficial to me, ever. It's so good. So good. Mm-hmm. So one of the chapters, it talks about the accountability mirror. What David Goggins did when he got fat, before he lost the weight again, he put sticky notes on all over his mirror, and he wrote certain goals and certain like uncomfortable truths that and like certain like sentences or like certain words of encouragement or whatever to hold himself accountable, like keep going. Like one of them was, and I wrote this too, like you're fat, like not you're out of shape, like you are fat. You are out of shape, but like for me, like fat, like I am, like don't, like no lie, I hate when people like they lie. Don't lie. Yeah. Like tell me, because the worst thing you could do to someone is you lie. Yeah. So I'm like you're fat, but like how there's a but. Like however, you want to get better. Yep. So like we're gonna figure this out. Like I wrote that honestly, boom on the mirror. I put what did I tell you earlier? 10%. Boom in there. When I look in the mirror, when I wake up in the morning and I'm tired, I'm like I'm one of the 10%. So like that's one of the things I see. Nobody else is doing what you're doing. Yeah. We don't take the easy path. Yeah. Little, like, it's all over the mirror. So when I wake up, I'm seeing like my past self. One of the sticky notes also says, the version of you who wrote this believes in you. So I'm like, he showed up. Now I gotta show up.
Wow.
So like this is really gonna help me in the 75 days. But it's gonna help me even beyond that.
Oh yeah, totally.
And it's gonna feel so great where I can just go work out and then be done. It's like once the 75 days is over. But yeah, I've just found a way to. And before I say this, Goggins also talked about this. It's all about callousing the mind. Now, what is callousing the mind? Callousing the mind is where you put yourself through all these uncomfortable forms of adversity and situations that you know will better yourself. Yep. You know it sucks in the moment, but eventually it becomes to a point where it's routine.
Yep.
That's how it is for anything.
Yeah.
And the harder you work, the easier it becomes. And then obviously you want to keep challenging yourself, but like it's good for your body, physical, mental health, and good for the soul.
Totally.
And like when you do this, like you said, how you treat your body well, it'll return the favor.
100%.
So if I'm putting myself through hell, eventually I'll be able to make decisions like so easily.
Yeah. Totally.
And I'll be like, you know what? I do know what I want.
Yeah.
I do know what I want. Like, I'm going to do this. Yep. One day I'm like, you know what? I'm an artist. Nah, but you know what I mean. So,
become a rapper.
Yeah. So
well, I bet you get pretty decent at it, you know?
Yeah, like, right. And you figure it out.
Yeah.
And it's been a really exciting thing. And and for the 75-day hard, you also got to take progress pictures. Another thing, every day, another thing you have to do is rain or shine. So if it's raining, still 40-minute walk. Like, and I'm praying for rain. I'm tired.
Like, I need this.
I'm tired. Oh, you want to get the camera?
Oh,
by the
no,
way?
it's good. Are you sure?
Well, it's good. Yeah. So I've been praying for some rain. Like I'm like a damn flower. Like help me out. So I've been doing little things to give myself the mental edge. I've got. And like you said, how you need one person to like really be there for you. It seems like I have a whole damn village in my corner now because now they're like Mario's on the grind. Like
everyone wants to see you win.
Yeah, and everyone wants to, and like that's a beautiful thing because like I want to see everyone else win. Yeah. So like it's kind of humbling when it gets worded back to you. And now because you're like I know you're gonna do it. I don't even know if I'm gonna do it, but you're seeing this. I gotta do it. I gotta keep going. No, I know you're gonna. I'm gonna. Yeah. And there's gonna be a day.
Is it October what?
6th.
October 6th.
I got that. I'm gonna put that on a sticky note.
Bet your ass I'm gonna be texting you. So.
Yeah. There's gonna be a day, maybe next week, where I get on my knees.
Fuck, 65 days left.
But the thing is, if nobody else is doing it, somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to carry the boats.
Yeah. Who's gonna carry the boat?
Just like God. No, but it's true.
That video?
Yeah, of course. Who have I seen that video? Of course I've seen that video. No, but it's just. I'm at a place now in my life where I'm tired of people. So, like, when I say something, people believe I'm going to do it. Yeah. But when it came to working out, I would say, oh, I'm going to do it. And shout out to AJ. I love you to death, my boy. Love AJ. He's very in shape. So, AJ goes one day at the rec. So, like, finding ways, chips of motivation. And I'm going to tell him this when I see him. He doesn't watch this. When in person, one day I'm going to tell him, not now. If he does watching this, what's up? Nah, probably not. But he goes, why are you drinking that shake? Like, you're not working out. Like, it's not doing nothing for you. And, like, I let that, like, fester in me. I was like, oh, he doesn't believe I'm going to actually do this, huh? Like, he's right. But right now, he's right. I'm all talk. Yeah. Just like when I said I'm going to start a podcast, I'm all talk. But when I started, then you're going to find a new way to. Yeah. So already, this is how it starts. So first it's, I'm going to work out, right? First I'm going to work out. Yep. Then I'm going to start working out. But it's, oh, you're not going hard enough. Then when I go hard, it's, oh, you're going too hard. Or, why are you posting so much? You see how people find... Yes. I'm not saying I was thinking people will always find a way to nitpick. It's like first, like let's say my mom goes, why aren't you working? Then I get a job. Oh, why are you working that job? Like, you told me to get a job.
All right, cool.
I'm not saying my mom ever did that.
No,
but like,
of course.
Like people, and it's just a natural thing. Yeah. For anyone listening, use that shit as your fuel. Yes, dude. It helps so much. I dare you to count me out. For anyone listening, you think I'm talking on my ass? Cal, no, I've been in the gym, and I mean that. Yep. And the beautiful thing is too, I've been getting this like edge to me. Yes, dude. I feel it. It's coursing through my veins. Yeah. When I look in the mirror at the gym, I'm like, oh, you a bad motherfucker. Yeah, dude. Like, ain't nobody else up right now. I'm up with all these people. These no disrespect, like a lot of old people that are retired or already have like families and everything. I'm like one of the youngest people in the gym right now at 5 a.m. Are you kidding me?
Take a look around.
I'm in there right now. Yeah, nobody else is there.
Yeah, dude.
And I feel it, but it's like a me versus me thing.
Yeah, it's not.
It's about. It's nobody else. I'm not mad at anybody.
No, of course.
But it's like you use anything you can get. Yes. Take it as fuel. And what I realized is, and you hear it, but when you feel it, it's different. When you work out, you feel different. You breathe different. You move different.
Yeah.
You just, everything else seems easier. Yes. Everything else seems easier. Yep. Like right now. Let me tell you something, Cal. During the semester, if this is going on, I would have been like, Cal, like, you sure you still want to come over today?
Yeah.
Like, you sure you don't want to, like, just reschedule so I can, like, take a nap? Or, like, no. I got my priorities, at least health priorities, like, going right now. And then eventually be the next thing. Then it's the podcast. Then it's this. So, like, right now, it's been strictly health.
It's great.
Since the summer hiatus, which is starting to conclude. And we're starting off with a bang with Cal.
Oh, yeah. No, appreciate it.
And what I've been telling people is there's going to be an inevitable change with my physique. It's only a matter of time. And I'm not, like, looking at the scale every day just, like, praying, like, why am I skinny today? Because I know that I'm going to just keep picking at the coals and eventually diamond will appear. Yeah. So I'm not even sweating it. I'm just strip mining in Minecraft right now.
Yeah, it's good.
So,
that enchantment table's coming, dog.
Yeah, it's coming. So it's just been, and it's been nice because I've noticed certain things with my physique. I've noticed
100%.
certain.
I've noticed, dude. Yeah, you're looking. You're definitely.
Yeah,
looking
no,
better,
I've noticed certain changes.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to see a little bit.
Yeah.
And then now aside from day one, or like instead of day one, now during month 3 or whatever it is, I'm doing tricep pull down, and I'm like, oh, who's that guy?
Like, oh, I got a little croissant.
I'm like, who's that guy? Like, who are you?
Like, hey.
I'm looking in the mirror. I'm starting to do like the poses. I'm starting to do like the flexing.
Yeah.
Rather than, damn, like that guy's already in shape. Like I'm starting to become that guy.
Yeah.
And it's a really good feeling.
Yeah, man.
And it's not, I don't want to say I'll ever let this get out of hand and be toxic, but it's just, it feels so good to be healthy.
Yeah.
I'm treating myself well. Other people are seeing that. They're showing respect and they're respecting the effort. Yeah. And then it's just like a whole positive thing going on. Mm-hmm. It's so hard to be negative when you work out.
Yes.
It's so hard. How are you negative when you work out? You don't have time to be negative. Exactly. I got to do ab crunches tomorrow.
Oh, gosh.
I got to do freaking the leg press tomorrow.
Man. 100%.
You know, and it's just become this beautiful journey. And I'm just so excited to see how I look in a year. Yeah. And I can't wait to eventually post my post of the transformation, the inevitable transformation that everyone sees it like. And then it becomes, instead of, wow, he's working out, how the hell did you do that? And then I'm like, haven't you seen? I've been going. Man. And then I can like be a little more confident in my physique and myself. Yeah. Not saying that I'm not, but like when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good. Just like, you know, let's say I can go up to a girl, ask for her number if she's sexy. I'm like, I'm still sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm good, dog.
Somebody's gonna find me good. Like, you're missing out.
Yeah, man.
You know, rather than, damn, like, maybe it's because I'm fat. Maybe it's because I'm this. Yeah, dude. It's more like, oh, you're lost.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And you know, I noticed certain changes, and it feels so rewarding. And I'm only in month 3. And you know what? I'm so glad this has happened because this is right in the beginning of one of the biggest challenges I've ever faced in my life. 75 days of hell. It's literally, I'm not even calling it 75 hours. 75 days of hell. Let's call it that. Because, like, I'm still out of shape. I'm getting in shape, but I'm still out of shape compared to what I want to be. Yeah. And it's going to be one of the most humbling journeys and moments in my life when I can say I did that shit. Oh. And, or let's say I'm not quitting. But let's say magically somehow I get taken out of it. I'm going to still go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
And if I'm doing it, why aren't you doing it? Yeah. No, seriously. Like, real talk. Because now I've been doing a lot of shit. Not nothing like Cal. Cal's 15 hours. No.
Take me out of it. Take me out of it.
No, but here's the thing, Cal. Like, you are the standard. For our age group, and listen, you could play the humble card. I would too. No, but bro, you are the standard. I love you, content creating, your work, powerlifting. I'm in bed, freaking eating like food or whatever before I started, and I'm seeing Cal deadlift. What was the number? What was the number? It was like
475.
475, and he finishes it, and he's like, ah! And I'm like, holy fuck, Cal's a badass.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm seeing that, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta be that. I gotta do that shit. I need that. And see, and then you're like, oh, like, you just need, like, if Mario says it, like, it helps me. And I'm like, fuck, dude, when you do it, it helps me. Because I'm like, fuck, man, like, this dude's doing this, so now I know at some point I got to.
Yo, you got it, man.
So, it's been a really, really interesting thing. Like, I got people I don't even talk to like that. They'll be swiping up here and there on my stories, like, dude, keep going. Keep going.
Love it, man.
And now, like, after my walks, because I know I'm going to take care of everything else is taken care of or practically done for the rest of the day, I'm drenched in sweat, and I go up to that freaking 75 days the next town, and I'm like, oh, so tomorrow I can't wait to do the diagonal 5. I can't wait to do that.
It's awesome, man.
And hopefully when the fall gets a little cooler, that will really help my ass out. Dude, honestly, I could walk at night, but there's something about right after lunch or like that. Yeah. It's so high. It's like peak. Like that's how my work. That's what
David Goggins.
That's how
I want the worst possible.
That's how I work. Like, I need like if someone's gonna walk at night when it's cool, I'm in the trenches.
Yeah, man.
And I know it'll pay dividends.
Oh, dude.
I know it will. So
awesome, bro.
That's what I've been doing. So clearly he's doing well. I'm doing well for the most part, but I'm still like I'm not perfect like anybody else. I always keep saying that. I'm still striving along, but I know that this upcoming fall semester is going to be a banger when it comes to this. I'm going to have new guests on, probably some old guests. Yeah. I know we got to do this again.
For sure.
Maybe next time it's you and Jason, because I had Jason on for the first time.
You have a third mic?
I do.
Oh, okay. Shoot, of course I do.
Now you're going to have 2 angles.
Oh, yes. Hey, man.
But you know, we're and see for people watching, like you see, we're getting excited about the little things because like we're. Like when you like I said, like when you do things or put yourself through uncomfortable situations that you know will better yourself, everything else just seems like cake.
Yes.
Like this is great. It's like like I'm not working out right now. Like this is a hell.
It's good. Yeah.
And here we are, man. And it's just a beautiful thing that's going on right now. At least in my life. Like it's like honestly, like I genuinely feel like each day, each passing moment. I feel like I'm just getting better and better, like closer to my ideal self. Yep. Mm-hmm. And I wonder who that guy is, because I don't even think I'm closer to that. Oh, you know, and it's the beauty. It's a mystery.
I love it.
Because one day, this person
you'll know when it hits.
I'm gonna be like, when I'm like 30, I'm like, I remember when I was talking to Cal. Back when I was doing this shit, like. How was that version of me compared to now? And then it's like, oh, that kid had no idea what he was in for, you know. And it's just,
dude,
it's just so nice. Wow. And it's just here we are.
Damn, dude. When you say,
yeah. I had to look. Yeah. Go ahead. Yep.
It's crazy, man, because, like, even you from like. What are you, 21, right?
22.
20. Oh, you're 22. Okay.
Yeah.
So 8 years from now, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not even fathomable or like comprehensible where you'll be then. You know what I mean? Because you say that kind of stuff, and because to me, the energy that you're giving off right now, I can clearly tell that like you're in the pursuit and you're gonna do it, right? And that's just, it's like you said, it's so infectious because like, it's like, it gets me going, it gets me energetic. Yeah. Like your passion makes me passionate, right? And like, especially when you're talking about the mirror and the sticky notes and the blunt truth, like you're fat right now. Like, dude, how many people are willing to do that?
Oh no.
Such
like, you're out of shit. You're okay. No,
be honest with yourself.
You gotta keep it real.
Be brutally honest with yourself.
You gotta keep it real.
Because that's
it's you.
It's exactly, like, what are you trying to hide? You know what I mean? Like, 100%, and like I was saying before, and because when you get to like when you get to your ideal self, like I think you're already a great person, right? Based on like your character and based on who you are, right? And I think you already are in a great spot mentally, right? Okay, and then you're fixing up those other aspects, those other behaviors, 100%. But when you do get to that point, I'm talking to the mic, I'm like talking over here. When you do get into the point where like you have, I guess you could say, all those 8 areas of wellness checked off, right?
Yeah.
Like you'll just know, because like I don't know, to me, if you were to ask me if I'm living like my, I don't like to say my best life, but like do I believe on my ideal self? I would say yes, because I could die right now without any regrets. I feel like I've lived a life
that's awesome.
That no matter if you pulled out a gun and shot me in the head right now, yeah, I'd be scared shitless, no doubt about it. Like, dude, yeah, like I don't want to die, like, and that's another issue that I could deal with at another time, more of like a spiritual kind of like afraid of death, right? But I have no regrets. I feel like I've already gotten to a point in life where I'm happy with who I am, right? And it's not to say I won't keep progressing. It's not to say I won't try to keep improving. But I think, like, for instance, in your spot, like, you're not happy with your current self, right? Like, you want to get better. Like, yeah, you're a good fucking human being. But you know there's room for improvement, right? And especially from the state that you were in like at the beginning of April, right? Was that when you first started?
Yeah.
Compared to now, you've made a ton of progress, and you like based on what what you were talking to me about, I'm guessing it's been pretty positive, and it's had a great effect on you as an individual. And dude, I'm telling you, when you get to that point when you reach your ideal self through, for instance, self-improvement, self-help, you just know. And it's not to say like you're perfect or you're better than everyone else, but you can die without any regrets. And to me, man, that resonates to my core. And it just feels so genuine. It feels so right. And especially when you're around, like, I love being, like, I don't know what it is, but you really do attract who you are. And that's why I feel like when I'm around you, I feel like I can be who I genuinely am around you because you're getting after it, and it makes me want to get after it. And if you're, when you do have those thoughts come in of like, oh yeah, I'm on day 5, and I'm like, oh yeah, I could just keep laying in bed right now. I don't have to go work out today. You don't have to do any of this stuff. You'll be completely fine if you don't go on. I want you to watch what you said before and watch how passionate you are. Watch the energy that you're giving off. And like you have on your sticky notes, imagine the Mario. Imagine like, your current or the worst self of you that doesn't follow through with this challenge, and then the version of you that is October.
It's already done.
Yeah, it's already done, right? Like, who do you want to be more? And, dude, I'm telling you, man, it like when you do feel that kind of old conditioning, old habits come in of like, you just stay in your bed right now. When it does happen, right? I'm sure it already has, but because you're in the beginning stages of this, 75-day hard challenge, that clip. And then also, but dude, like even me saying that, like, I know you're gonna do it. Like, I know you've gotten to a point internally where you can hold yourself accountable. And based on the things you said, like having the quote, "You're fat" in the mirror, going to a naturopath, right, or naturopath, and that is gonna hold you accountable. And he was like, how he was saying you should go to a CrossFit gym and have other people hold you accountable. Like, nah, fuck that, dude. I want to hold myself accountable. Exactly. Like, that's the ultimate level of accountability. Like, dude, you've got it, man. You fucking got it. And you're going to fucking kick ass, dude. I know it.
Appreciate that.
It just, I love running into people like this because, for instance, I was telling you about my cousin, right? Mm-hmm. And we're bringing him on, and I'm telling him, I'm like, dude, I know based on your habits and your behaviors, if you genuinely want to do this, I know this is going to be such a pivotal path in your life. And it's going to help you create a vision. It's going to help you gain more purpose and an understanding of what you want your life to be. And this is like one of the biggest messages that I try and push, and what you're living through right now, man. You're living a life that you want to live. You're not living according to what mom says, for the most part, or generally speaking, like right. What's in your control, right, and what you can do. You're living according to what you genuinely want to do. And for people that deviate from what is the status quo and what's easy, or just especially nowadays, like where we can just stay on the couch, play video games, and go on social media, compare ourselves, feel joy like that, like or not even joy, just like pleasure, and force themselves into good suffering, force themselves into good pain. I have so much respect for, because it really does pay dividends in the long run. And dude, I'm in there with the trenches with you, man. Yeah, and let's fucking do it. I'm there with you. I'm gonna be texting you, dog. You bet your ass, man. So
it was funny. Today was by far the hottest walk of any walk. It was, and I think it's gonna be worse tomorrow, but I love it. Because awesome, what's funny? What's funny? Like, I'm starting to get a little psychotic, like Goggins. I'm not even kidding. Like today, like when I was halfway done, more than halfway done, I was walking up this little. It's not. I'm not calling it hill. It's like the road. Like it's a little bit elevated.
Yeah.
I'm walking up it, and I sent a video. I recorded a video, sent it to my brother. And I said, I laugh in the face of pain. I was like, ha ha. And I just sent it and like just put my phone away. I was like, why the hell did I do that? I was like, this ain't nothing. Like this ain't nothing. I'm starting to get into that stage where it's like, man, like keep bringing it on, like, cause I'm a.
Yeah.
So one of the terms that I said eventually I'd love it tattooed on me once my back and like my whole physique is done because it looks so badass. I would like to call myself. I don't know what it was, like what about it resonated with me so much, but it was called the Indomitable Spirit. And the Indomitable Spirit is pretty much, and you would really love this if you looked it up. It's pretty much like no matter what life throws at you, like you find a way to adapt and overcome, and you keep going. 100%. Like last week, I'm not gonna lie, like I was sitting on the beach, just like on a bench, like, why am I doing this? Like, is this really all worth it? Like, just in general, not even just from the working out sense, like, just like the podcast, like going to school, like, and not like I said, I was questioning myself, but it was more of like a, are we really ready for like what's to come type of thing? And there's just something about me, like, whether I don't want to say I was feeling sad, it was more like a thought, like a deep thought, and it was one of those things where it's, like no matter how bad. I could be crawling on all fours, parched, starved, and I'll somehow find a way to get back up. Yeah. Somehow. Yeah. Even if I'm, like it's one of those things where it's like, someone's kicking my ass on in Madden or something, or 2K. Like, give me my rematch. Like, I'm going to keep coming back. Yeah. And, I'll, like, have to learn why I lost. And, like, trying to, like, obviously, you know, work on things and adapt. Because you don't want to keep setting yourself up for failure and just keep going back for failure. Yeah. Like, you want to obviously learn from it and grow, but it's one of those things where it's like, I'm in a stage where the time for sulking and feeling sorry for yourself, we already did that. We're not doing that anymore. Yeah. Someone else might have that version of them in the future. You know, I hope it doesn't happen, but, like, sadly, that's just how the world works. Sometimes people have, like, a bad chapter. Sure. I already had my bad chapter. We're done with that shit. Yeah. Like, it's go time.
Yeah, it's go time.
And, you know, we got some work to do. Yeah. We got a lot of work to do. Yeah. But it's going to get done.
Yeah. I believe you, man.
Shit, I like to think I believe me, too.
Like, it's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough, but you know, it's got to get done. Because here's the thing. Somebody's got to do it. Yeah. If everyone was the same, life would be boring.
Who else is going to do it?
Right? No, seriously. Yeah. When I wake up, it's, imagine if nobody woke up early. Or imagine if everyone did the same things and nobody, I don't want to use the word deviated in a bad way, but like they split from the pack. And they just, like we said earlier, trailblazer. Like, who's to say that now that I'm doing this, then everyone else who's already in a lot better shape than me, then they're like, oh, this new pup on the block, he thinks he's with the big dogs, huh? I'm going to show him with the big dogs. Then someone's going to wake up at 4. Yep. I'm like, oh, you waking up at 4? I'm going to go to bed at 6. I'm up at 3:30. What's up? No, but like, iron sharpens iron. Yeah. 100%. Now it's one of those things where I said I'm going to do it. Now I'm doing it. Yeah. And people are seeing it now. And now it's Bub, will he keep going? Bet your ass I'm going to keep going. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Like, you just doubted me that I was going to work out. Now that I am, you're going to doubt me. I got to see this through. Yeah. I got to see the ideal self. I have to. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Dude, your view of yourself has changed. Like, who you believe you are has altered, right? So, you are a person that works out. Like, you just know, that has become a part of who you are. Yeah. No matter, when you go
think of me, you think of
working. Like, that's, Cal meditates. Cal goes to the gym. Yeah. Cal powerlifts. Like, that's who I am. Yeah. And I think you were talking about this with Jason a little bit. It just gets to a point where you dogs.
No, they'll quiet down. Mom,
no, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
What Jason was saying.
Jason was saying how. What was he saying? I think it was. Oh yeah. This is it. You were saying how you got to a point where you have to go to the gym now, right? It's necessary, and you feel bad if you don't. Yeah, you got the itch. You got the itch, right? Because if you're not doing your regular habits and behaviors, just like when you first started making the shift to going to the gym, I'm sure when you first started going to the gym, you're like, oh, this is kind of uncomfortable. Like something feels off.
I felt like shit.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Because
Because there's a dissonance between what you're used to and what you're doing.
Yeah.
But now you've closed that gap of this is who you believe you are. This is my identity. This is what I do, right? And you follow through with that with your actions, right? So every single time you go to the gym, you reconfirm your identity, right? I'm a person that goes to the gym, right? And there's no longer that dissonance, right? But you start to notice that dissonance, that discomfort when you're not doing the things that you believe you are.
Yeah.
And I think it takes a big person to change who they are from the ground up, to take that incredibly high level of accountability, especially when it comes to facing blunt truths with themselves and being brutally honest with themselves. And because it's so easy to play the victim card. It's so easy to just have all these excuses and come up for reasons like, oh, I didn't have enough time to go to the gym, or the semester's really hard and I am just super busy, just thinking of, or I'm not comfortable going to the gym. Like, okay, like, is there actually any validity in any of these reasons?
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this translates to school.
Oh, dude,
I'm very excited.
Yeah, okay.
How it translates to the classroom, how I communicate with other people now.
100%, man.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how things change in August.
Yeah, I think, I think it's going to help you in all aspects of life because, going to the gym is single-handedly I believe, one of the greatest things you can do for yourself. I know it changed my life. It's changing your. It's changing my life, and it's crazy, man. And I can't express how grateful I am to even be kind of on just where I am now, and to meet people like you who are on a very similar path, man. So
yeah, I know this is great.
Yeah,
and this has been great, Cal.
Yeah, man.
I think. Have we left anything off the table? Yeah.
I think everything. I think everything's good. Yeah,
we're good.
Life is good.
It's very interesting to see how the last conversation, this one's completely different.
Oh,
I know we went very deep in thought. I broke down your mind and being a vegan and spirituality.
Yeah.
Wow. And today we talked about fitness and CJ Media.
Yeah. It's good, man.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a great conversation.
I can't wait for the next one.
Oh, dude, let's go. I'm ready.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how I look
13 months from now.
Yeah, but
Next August.
I would like for it to be a lot sooner.
No. Yeah, I think me, you, and Jason should all. Have a
conversation. And before we wrap this up, I just want to say, so Jason, two things. I want to talk about this real quick. Actually, we didn't bring it up earlier. So Jason, I'm sure you're watching. I saw the infamous video. It hasn't blown up as much as I thought it would because I thought it was insane. 119 credits.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Needed one more to graduate.
Yep.
And he won't finish it. I like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Brother. And I really do. I like how you're putting the money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
I like that. I think that's daring. But the one thing is, you made it so far. Just do it. He's like, I could take one measly gym class. Just do it. Even if you don't use it. You went through college just to say, I didn't need it anyway. I don't know. For me, it's that's so much money that went into that. So much time. You were walking around campus. You racked up all that mileage.
Yeah. The thing is, it's not about the degree.
I know what it's. No. I got it. I got you. Yeah. You can explain that for
sure. So,
yes.
for those who don't know, like you said, Jason, he had $1 left on his account that he had to pay to Central, right? And he refused to pay because he didn't want to get the degree because to him it's not.
It was a $1 credit.
Oh no. So that was this. This was the first thing, right? And
man,
this is the first thing. Yeah. So he owed $1 to Central, and if you owe any money, you can't get your degree. So you have to pay off everything that you owe, and then they'll send you the diploma.
$1
right?
is so petty. $1? What is $1 going to do? Get you a cookie from the vending
It's
machine?
About the statement. It's
yes.
So he he noted in the video he's been having. Excuse me. I had a Gatorade today. The first time in a while. I was like, not so good.
You're good.
And he was having arguments at home about it, and but I think it was so this head of the psychology department reached out to him and was like, hey, you still have 1 credit left, and so you haven't completed your degree, therefore you haven't graduated, right? So you haven't gotten 120 credits, so you can't actually get the diploma. And so he, based on it's like similar with me going to grad school. And once again, there's nothing wrong with grad school if that's where you want to go and you inherently believe without any complaints that's where you want to end up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I stopped going to grad school, when I got the resident director position,
yep,
I didn't need to go to school anymore, right? There's really no point in me going to school because I'm not going to use that degree anyways, right? So Jason's coming at it from that angle because he has his own business now.
Yep.
He's going all in on the business.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like you said, just go back and get it. I get where you're coming from, right? And I get, like, that's something that he can fall back on. But, Jason is very much an all or nothing individual, right?
No, yeah.
I mean, that is a great example of it. And to him, he's like what you were saying before, no one makes it out alive. And he's a big risk taker.
Yeah.
And so, to him, it's not worth it to go back and get that degree. It's more worth it to say he didn't get the degree and then inspire young entrepreneurs with that story to not go to school, waste their time because they already know what they want to do, right? It's not like someone in our path, right, that didn't necessarily know what they wanted to do until maybe or even in your spot, or like, for instance, me, I didn't know what I wanted to do until end of college, right? Because if you go back and someone would have told me, if I would have knew when I was 18 before college, I was going to do videography for the rest of my life, I wouldn't have gone to college, no doubt about it, because I knew what I wanted to do, and going to school would have been a blockade in that road.
But in your case, it wasn't.
It wasn't, but
it helped spark that idea.
It did help spark that idea, no doubt about it.
So did he know what he wanted to do from the jump?
No, he didn't. He didn't find out until December.
So does he see CCSU as a waste of time?
No, it was in the ideal scenario, right, where all the cards are perfect, right? Let's just say I knew,
of course,
I knew, and I had, for instance, I already established myself as a freelancer, right? It wouldn't make sense.
So he's trying to escape this for the younger generation.
Yes. He's trying to use this as a story
for other people.
Yes, and he sees it as
it seems like an opportunity.
To influence young entrepreneurs to not go to school,
which is great.
But don't get me wrong. Like, and he said in the description of the video, he's like, listen, he's actually, for people that don't know what they want to do, going to school can really help them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And another point is that school has transformed him tremendously, right? And so school isn't about the paper; it's about the social experience that you had, right?
Yes.
And so, yes,
absolutely,
dude, like you said, it has
helps you meet people.
Has drastically changed my life and Jason's life for the better. But if we're talking about the ideal scenario and where we want to be, going to school for a lot of people, or going to grad school for me, yes, I would gain experience. Yes, I would learn things, right? But if my goal is to have my own sports videography business, going to school and other things, allotting my effort and time elsewhere is a roadblock in the way, and it's going to slow that progression. So that's ultimately
no, which is great. But the one thing is, it's like you're 99% the game.
I got you, man.
You're 99% the game. Yep. And let's say you're playing like Super Mario, you just need 1 star.
Yeah.
You don't want to just go to that world. Like if you're making bank, you're doing your thing, like you can't just take an online class. Like,
but what's worth more, the statement or the degree?
No, why can't you have both?
Not really, because for him to actually, it's
he said it, so now he can't.
Yeah,
he said it.
No, yeah.
I'm saying if he didn't.
Yeah.
Like just get it. Before he even posted, you posted about it.
He wasn't planning on getting the degree.
Nah, because if I were him, I wouldn't want to look crazy.
He was holding out with.
But if I was closer to him, I'd be like, dog, even if it's 7 years from now, just go get it. It could be a funny joke.
But why?
Nah, no. Because, no, it's not even about, even if it doesn't help, it doesn't need to help you. I don't know, that's just me, maybe OCD. 99%.
Yeah.
You
ever heard of...
Just get the one.
I don't know did you ever see I literally just posted this video. You ever heard of the sinking ship fallacy?
I don't think I have.
Okay, so it's like, the boat's going down.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I already know you're going
the boat's going down,
Yeah.
right? And you're like, oh, I'm 99% of the way drowning. That 1% comes around. It's the life raft, right? So you can get off the sinking ship, right? The fallacy is that you have to go down with the ship.
But why does college have to be compared to that?
Well, I'm just.
No, I see what you mean. You're right. You're right.
In Jason's scenario, right? He's 99% of the way there, and like you said, like, oh, you're right there. You should just go and do it.
Raft.
And like, listen, if I'm in his spot, I'm getting the degree, right? Because I can't handle the pressure from my mom.
Really? That's what it is?
Yes, dude. Yeah.
Wow.
Like, because, like, to me, and this is one of my own personal flaws, I'll conform my own beliefs to others' beliefs to ensure their happiness for me being in a negative state. Mm-hmm. And Jason, this is one of the biggest things that I respect Jason for, because he's willing to stand for his own values.
You gotta
he's
respect
willing,
that.
his conviction to stand for his principles is truly unmatched.
Yes, it is.
And that's actually Tristan Tate's definition of being a man.
Really?
So, yeah, I mean...
No, but the thing is, it's like, imagine if you go to the gym.
Yeah.
Let's use the gym. Why not? Yeah. You're like, I'm going to go squat 500 pounds, right? Yeah. 500. You get to 495. You're like you get there. And it's like, dude, one more week and you're there. But you're like, you know what, man? Nah, I'm a bench guy now. Yeah.
I think it's more so just realizing I totally get where you're coming from.
Yeah, that's just I don't know. Everyone thinks differently.
I get you. You want to finish what you started.
Yeah.
I think it's just understanding that you don't have to go through with it. You don't have to.
You're right. You don't have to.
But that doesn't mean you shouldn't.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Should you squat 500 pounds if you can and you're in a good, healthy state, but you're just feeling kind of worried about it? Yeah, you should go through with it. Or should you not go to school because you finished 99% of your degree, but that paper's not going to serve you at all in the long run?
Right.
So it's really like case dependent, but I totally get where you're coming from.
I was also talking with him about, and I think it was right when I told him, like, I was getting in my groove when it comes to working out. And
that's a great episode, by the way.
Yeah,
I love
it.
it.
And he was talking about making the pillow, placing the pillow in the middle of the bed. Dude,
that was.
So I took it one step further, because that's what I do. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna make my bed. So now, like, a part of the gym, and I noticed, like, the little things. Like, dude, I noticed I'm a lot more cleaner when it comes to my room. When it comes to things, I'm a lot more precise. I make my bed when I wake up.
It's great, man.
Like, I take the dogs. Like there's little things I've been starting to add.
Yep.
And I notice it. Yeah. And he was right. Yeah. I will say, he was right. He said, when you work out, I can say it in his voice too, when you work out. No, I love you, Jason. I can just picture him saying it, but he's like
Italian voice.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I don't. But he was saying, when you work out, it makes everything else easier, and it makes you like do more things with ease, and you add more things to the routine. I was like, wow. But now I feel it, Jason. You were right,
dude.
He was right.
He is such a beast when it comes to that stuff, like practical advice.
Yeah.
Because, like, dude.
But that's his thing.
He's he's literally a life coach, so I mean, he should be good at it, right? Yeah. So if he wasn't,
Jason, if that shit didn't work,
this thing, because you'll ask me a question, and then I'll go into, like, the rabbit hole, like, get into, like, the deep aspects of it, and yeah, like, it can definitely help, but I don't know if you watched, like, every Joe Rogan episode, or no?
No, I've seen a lot.
Okay, have you seen the one with Sadhguru at all?
Nah.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm watching. No. Well, Sadhguru hopped into this, like, they were talking about, he's very spiritual, Sadhguru. I don't know if you ever watched any of his content. Great
that's
guy.
the next episode?
Definitely I would watch it.
Yeah,
great episode. Yeah. And you'll see in it, Sadhguru is, like, talking about this deep spiritual aspects. I forget exactly what they were talking about, but he's like, then Joe Rogan goes, he's like, yeah, but for, like, a 40-year-old dude who's drunk on his ass and is divorced, he's like, how's any of this crap gonna help him, right? Like, it's practical advice that, obviously those deeper spiritual aspects and information can definitely help, but those people aren't at a point where they can kind of take in that information properly and apply it to their lives.
So it's when they're ready.
Yeah, when they're ready, right? So, like, for instance, now, like, you're reading David Goggins' book. I'm sure, like, when you, I don't know when you started reading it, right? But anyways, like, when you first started reading it, okay, here's a better way of saying it. As you started to read it and as you started to progress further along your journey, have more things resonated with you because you're matching the experience with what you're reading?
Absolutely.
Okay, so yeah,
yes,
that's exactly what it is, right?
Yes.
So people like that 40-year-old dude isn't at a point where his experience can match Sadhguru's deep level of spiritual advice. Maybe it can, but for most things it won't. But that practical advice that Jason gives, like just go into your gym, put your pillow in the middle of the bed, it's such simple advice that reap so much reward and get you on the path where you need to go. And so Jason, him standing for his principles, standing for his values, being a man of conviction is truly amazing. And that's why I love him, and he's going to be my best friend for life.
Yeah, I respect what he's doing.
Yeah.
And it takes balls to do what he posted about. Because I'll tell you, people talk. Oh, people saw that like, oh man, that's
people hold the.
You were trailblazer.
Yeah,
you're doing your
trailblazer,
thing.
Man.
So, but yeah, I was watching that. I was like, wow, I respect it. I was like, but I've come so far.
I know.
Even if I don't use it, like I could just like I have it done. Yeah. Like, and the thing is like, even if I was making so much money, like I did so much, like. Even if I don't need it, I mean, that's just me though. Yeah. Like instead of 99%, I need the 100. I need the satisfaction. It's more like you said, it's more about the paper.
Yeah.
For me, it's not even the pressure. Because if let's say somehow tomorrow I found out what I know I was gonna be doing for the rest of my life, and I had the in and the gig. Yeah. Tell my mom, like, Mom, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. There you go. But honestly, in my case, like, I got one semester left. Yeah. I love CCSU. Yeah. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna get the degree.
Yeah. You also don't have a certain path that you're going down.
Yes, right? Everyone's path is different.
Yeah. And
yes.
It's like, well, if you have
it's very interesting.
If you had a full-on podcast set up and you had a self-sufficient income. Yeah. You probably wouldn't do the next. Maybe you would. Maybe because if you genuinely wanted to,
I think I still would.
Okay,
but you never know.
In an ideal scenario, let's just say the podcast is taken off, and you need every single second. And you need to allot your time. You think you're gonna do school? No. There's nothing wrong with school. It's just it's simply something that is needless now. You know, the experience is still great. It's not degrading school at all. But for you to get to where you want to go, you gotta put it to the side, man.
Yeah. It's all about sacrifice.
Yeah, sacrifice, man. 100%, bro. 100%.
I think there was one more thing.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I was going to ask.
For sure, dude.
It might not
Anything.
be.
Could be here all night.
Yeah, nah. I think we're good, though.
Oh, yeah, dude. I
think we're good. I just want to make sure. Because that was one I'm glad I brought up.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
That was one I'm glad I brought up.
Take a couple minutes. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything Jason said from the last time.
Is the following thing? Him...
And no, but I think I already brought it up with the pillow. I think that's what it was.
Oh no, like
that it worked.
Like his followers, he's like unfollow everyone. I know that's like
the game.
Yeah,
the game.
No, we don't have to.
I'm not gonna lie. Every time I'm on IG, I still think about that. I do. It's still there. The thought is still there.
Yeah.
Don't know if I'm gonna do it. Don't know. But like the thought is still there. So like his words did resonate.
Yep.
Like I haven't applied it. I've applied half of what he's told me. Nah, I'm kidding.
100%.
But I definitely think what you practice and what you preach and what he practices, it's helped me. And I think you guys are going to do great things. And I'll say this again, Cal. You are the standard. Jason, you're the standard. You guys keep doing your thing. You guys have been working. I just know you've been working your asses off when it comes to, especially with your page. Yeah, you're just constantly chopping every chance you get. Yep. Constantly overstimulating because it's better. Get the reps. Get the reps. I hope one day, once my gears are fully in go, I could be just like you guys. Yeah. Jason, if you're watching, the best. To all my followers or supporters, if you're watching, our supporters of Cal's or Jason's or CJ Media in general, be sure to leave a like, leave whatever. Yeah. Send this very positive atmosphere of a podcast episode to anybody. Yeah. Let's help one another. Let's scratch each other's backs. Let's do great things. Let's all be trailblazers. You know. Yes. Right. But I think. I think we're at peace with this one.
Yeah. It's great one, man. For sure.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
flies by every time.
Right. It's
like, Mom, where'd the time go?
Yeah, we went for a while. Yeah. But people, some of my hiatus is over, and I'm here. I'm here.
Nah. Oh yeah.
Check
out the R's, baby.
Yeah. Nah. We're only just getting started.
We're in hibernation.
Hibernation, right? Yeah. We're only just getting started though.
Yeah. 100%, man.
My heart is with you all, people. I love y'all. I'm excited for the fall semester, and this is what better way to kick things off than to have Cal on the pod?
That's awesome, man.
Awesome.
100%.
Yeah, I'll be sure to. Obviously, we stay in touch all the time. Of course. So I'll be sure to. Next time, we'll get you and Jason in the studio.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be a banger.
Yeah.
We'll
get it cooking.
We should get it done in the next couple weeks, man. Like, couple months either.
Yeah.
I just want to get it done, man.
Yeah, no,
excited,
that'll
dude.
be great. No, I try and keep
Yeah,
distance, because
100%,
especially it gives more time, because we talk about a lot. I mean, honestly, I can talk to you tomorrow about a whole.
No,
thing.
100%.
Yeah.
I got you though, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, my heart is with everyone. I love you all. I appreciate you guys so much, man. Even if it's just one person watching, shout out to you. You're the best. God bless you. That's it.
That's it, man. Fire.
Ciao for now, people.
Ciao.
Peace.
Peace.